Hey YouTube, hey Twitch. Welcome back to Oxygen Not Included on Aquatic Planet DLC. Thank you so much, Pink of Touch. Or sorry, I read that backwards. Touch of Pink for the follow on Twitch, and Caldio5, and also MRN this for the follows on Twitch. Appreciate that while I was offline. Android user, how's it going? Love your videos and super thankful someone is still dropping videos for Vanilla Ani. Thank you so much, Android user. Welcome to the stream. I do love, well, I mean, what is considered, I have all the DLC, so you mean like unmodded, I guess, right? I appreciate that, Android user. Thank you for the compliments, and I'm glad you enjoyed the video. So I have a little bit of carbon dioxide problem here. I'll fix that up as soon as we get through this start of the game. I might have to turn my fan on too, actually. It's kind of hot in here. What's going on? Pallywall, how are you? I am doing very well. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you joining. And Towering Ben on Twitch, what's going on? How dare you not let us fast forward to 35 minutes in the stream instead of just the VOD? Yeah, I guess... Good evening, Tower Man. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm glad that you enjoy the VODs if you watch them. But yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking, chat. I just actually woke up from a nap not too long ago, so I'm still I'm still a little bit out of it. You know, when you first wake up and you're like, oh yeah, that was a great nap. I wish it would have went longer. So that's kind of where I. But I had to take a nap because it was just, I was falling asleep earlier, so it was a long day. All right, so oh, by the way, I'm sorry for being a little bit late. We got a Dreco, chat. I got a Dreco from the printing pod just well, I guess a couple cycles ago. This thing is 20 cycles old, I guess. So I was doing stuff offline. Let me show you. Crazy Sammy, what's going on? Nice to see you, Crazy Sammy, last. No, you're not last, Crazy Sammy. Thank you for joining tonight. Appreciate everyone being here. Okay, hold on. Let me just change some stuff. Okay, cool. Okay, so let me kind of go over. Oh, these guys are gonna get stuck. Of course, it's not. Well, I guess they can get up this way, but let's just put these on high priority anyway. I don't need people getting stuck. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining tonight. Let me go over kind of what I was doing off stream while I was kind of doing some things, reorganizing. So I changed my ammo suit locations because I had it up here initially, and it was just not enough space for how big my colony is growing. Now we have 17 dupes already. Wow, for some reason I didn't think we had 17 duplicates. I guess because I've been playing over explain so much that it seemed like I had a lot more or a lot less. Yeah, I think I only have 8 on that asteroid, or 12 or something. But anyways, yeah, so we have a lot of duplicates now, but not all of them can work down here. So I need to upgrade this, and I can add more as well. I just ended up stopping here for some reason. I could have made 2 more. But anyways, so working on this new setup. I have a new oxygen delivery mechanism because now I have a lot of Atmos suits. So I changed the delivery, so I have 2 pumps working for each. So I have 1 pump working for the bottom, 1 pump working for the top Atmos suits, and that just helps keep them full. These were getting a little bit empty, so I put them right over top of this, which is the perfect location, I think, because this area was kind of overpressurized anyway. Of course, now we have a lot of carbon dioxide here because I deleted this tank. So we'll have to move this guy into here. Ideally, actually, I might just could bring this all the way across because I want to keep... I think this is kind of sentimental now to this playthrough. So I'll bring this across, perhaps, and just put this sieve right here. And I think that will be... Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll have... Then all the carbon dioxide can drop on both sides and just kind of end up in this area. And then this space becomes usable again. So we'll do this. This will, like, complete the... Oh, I don't want to... Definitely don't want to do that. We'll just do that. That's fine. And this will complete like the bottom layer of the base. So and then I have the double liquid lock to protect against heating. Although everything is kind of hot anyways in this DLC, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. I just kind of went overboard, and I put the transit access tube there, and I put an automatic dispenser there so I can throw all of the garbage that I sweep into this location. So it's kind of accessible to both areas of the inside and the outside, should they need it. Everything just fell in under here from the previous location. Other than that, not much has changed. These have to be removed because they're no longer in use. So this all can go. And then I think the plumbing, yeah, all the plumbing has been finished. And yeah, okay, let's get to it. Let's see. It's been over 24 hours without sleep. I was about to sleep, then you started streaming that my bedtime has been officially delayed until you end the stream. So I'm going to give you about 2 hours there, Polywall. And then you can go to bed. Thank you so much for joining me. Why have you been up for so long? 24 hours. That seems quite excessive. I mean, not that I've never done a 24-hour day myself, but that you get into those. I feel like you get into that. You get that second burst of energy, and then you're no longer tired. But then it's also the dread of going to bed at an unreasonable time and then ruining your sleep schedule. So you just have to power through the last, 6 or 12 hours, whatever you have left. Office and trading, awesome. Well, hope that you have made some good trades today. Thank you for joining again. Oh, someone's stuck. Okay, that's easy to fix. Actually, this is very convenient because they can just dig themselves out like that. And then we'll move this over as well. This is the old light. Okay, I want to turn it up now. I don't need to be going so slow. And then we'll just kind of clear up this area, build this, get the carbon dioxide in this location, and put this water sieve in here with the deodorizer. So I'll put this guy maybe... I don't think it really matters. I'll just put it the same way as that one. And this should take care of everything that's happening down there. I need some power to these. I normally like, 32, it's over 1300 watts. That's probably okay. And then we'll bring in some liquid. How did I have this set up? Yeah, it goes around to give me a little bit of a buffer. And then this goes like that. Just a simple little loop like that. And then we'll fill it with some water. Easy peasy, and then we'll delete this. Actually, we'll delete all this so the carbon dioxide can flow over there. Looks like you got a nasty infestation of crabs. Like and subscribe. I like your username. Like and subscribe. Do infestation of crabs. Yeah, I have an infestation of everything here. I have crabs here. I have the dinosaurs. I have all these pips everywhere. Like the pips are overrunning everything. I have phloxes. How do I have 3 phloxes? They're reproducing way faster than they should. And I have a Draco. So this little crab situation that we have here is actually where I put my crabs from the very beginning of my playthrough, because there's one crab that always spawns with like 84% reproduction when you start your playthrough. And if you let that thing lay an egg, it'll start protecting it and kill all your early game fish if it's in a pool of water, or if because as you're digging it out, it'll drop to the lowest pool that you have, and it'll just slaughter all your bloaters or beacons or whatever you have in that pool. So I made it a point when I started this playthrough to take a duplicant. I think it was Devon, and we renamed Devon now. But anyways, taking a duplicate. Oh, actually, yeah, it's right here. Marie, actually, with Critter Ranching 1. So they came with that. I re-rolled enough times to get that. So I could remove or relocate this Pokeshell right away when I spawned. So it wouldn't interfere with my duplicates or any critters that I had. And it worked out quite well in that sense. But yeah, so I just ended up putting all the other crabs there, and it's kind of a funny little jail that we've had going on for a long time now. If any duplicate pees their pants anywhere, we throw them in there. Oh, thank you, Crimson Rise, for the sip of Esca. Well, and welcome to the stream. I have not even opened it yet, so cheers. Thank you so much. How are you doing? Oh, I think there's a mosquito in here. It's flying around somewhere. I'll have to try to get it out of the... Very annoying. I don't know how... I had my window open earlier. Anyways, Hey, what's up, Chewy? Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me. Around $1,000 for these weeks and done now next week. Nice, awesome, congratulations. Congratulations, Polly. Well, I appreciate you joining, and you know, that's a good trading haul for the past week, that's for sure. What stocks are you interested in? Or maybe you're trading not stocks, maybe you're trading crypto or a whole bunch of things you can trade these days. I don't day trade myself, but I do invest long term. So I do try to keep up with the stock market, but I don't, since I'm not, I don't like to stress about the ups and downs since I don't day trade. So I generally do not follow the day-to-day movements. Although I do know a coworker who invested $30,000 in the SpaceX at $160. So they're not doing. I warned them. I said this is like there's a lot of insiders that are looking to get out of that stock, so probably wasn't a good idea. Okay, I need some water in here. Yeah, water here, right? Yeah, for this, and then the carbon dioxide. That'll be fine. And then we'll get rid of all this. And I'm trying to get these on high priority so the water doesn't go everywhere. Crimson Riots asks, what did you miss? You missed just a quick overview of what I did off stream. I only played like 20 cycles off stream just to kind of move stuff around. So I relocated my Atmosuit docks. Instead of being here, I just moved them one layer down so I could expand them, because it was a very tight fit. I think I only had like 7 or 8, and my colony's grown a lot now, so I needed a lot more capacity. And I also moved my oxygen deliveries for the Atmosuit docks, so now I have 4 pumps working 2 separate locations. Before, I just had the 1 pump up here working all the locations. So that's pretty much what you missed. Not a whole lot in terms of... Actually, I can probably just delete these, but we'll just let it go. Not a whole lot in terms of progress. I just started streaming 18 minutes ago, so, and then with the 5-minute intro. So you joined at the perfect time, I think. Okay, let's see what we got from here. Okay, I do want to take more bionic duplicants. So I think Eduardo will be a pretty good fit. So we'll take Eduardo. We're going to block him from leaving. Actually, yeah, bionic duplicants cannot leave on this way, so that's fine. And then bionic duplicants can also... Well, Gizmo can leave, so that's fine, but I don't want Eduardo to leave. He can just hang out until we have some suit training boosters or whatever for him. Actually, I gotta mix some more of those. Let's go over here and give them a couple of these so they don't get stuck somewhere where they cannot get back from lack of oxygen or grinding gears or whatever. I also have the Rex here, so I have quite a few critters that I got from the pod over the cycles. I like and subscribe says, recently grabbed the Aquatic DLC myself and really enjoying how I have to rethink my starting strategies. Yeah, the Aquatic DLC is amazing. I think it's such a breath of fresh air, and it's like it's so much fun playing with all the water around you, and you have to navigate the water. Like, so one thing that I try to avoid is stuff like this where water gets mixed in with each other, and it's kind of annoying to deal with. But it's a lot of fun to try to navigate without letting this happen. Because, you know, the easy solution would be to just dig everything out and let all the water fall into one big pool and then build a base that you would normally build on any other playthrough. But I think that's kind of boring. What's the point? I think it's so much fun to have just a bunch of water kind of in your way and, you know, using it to your advantage. In this case, I've already used it to my advantage, well, like over the course of 600 cycles, so I no longer really need this anymore. Before, I had a bunch of, like, I had a metal refinery exchanging, dumping its heat into this area, stuff like that. So let's see, we have steel maxed out. Are we missing anything for steel? But it is a lot of fun. I 100%. This is probably the best DLC by far, at least in terms of Frosty Planet or Prehistoric that Clay has done. So very happy with this DLC. So one thing that is really underrated is, like, so the easy solution for a starting strategy is to go immediately for a Hydra, right? Because you have plenty of water, like you have salt water and water readily available for you, so you can make a Hydra almost immediately if you wanted to. But I think it's so much fun to just, rely on the fluke corals a little bit, change up how your typical playthrough. Like, for instance, I could have went and gotten Drecos from the Printerceptor. Where's the Printerceptor? That's a synthesizer. Anyways, I have a Printerceptor somewhere, and started harvesting plastic. Instead, I go for the Tiblia and make use of the thermal gas fissure to get my sulfur, and then send it up there because this thing needs sulfur, I think, right? The Tiblias need sulfur. So I'm building a conveyor reel to send all my sulfur up here, and it's just so much fun to play, different play styles. But you could easily brute force your way into just your typical Ani playthrough if you really wanted to. Perfect timing yet again, says Stringer, seeing the crab prison with P-Dupes go. Luckily, we haven't had to throw anybody in there yet, Stringer, but Trivaldo might. I think Trivaldo's came close a couple times. Nice to see you, Stringer, by the way. I'm excited to play Factorio again this weekend. I am within 1% of getting the atomic weapon, or the atomic bomb, I think it's called. So I'm very excited to continue Factorio. I told you guys I was not going to do the atomic bomb until I was back on stream, because you guys deserve to see that. I need a little bit more water here. Let's put auto bottle on. So I stopped within 1% when I was building my walls to defend my factory. So I'm excited to get that on Sunday. Doing great, but dang, yeah, it was super hot in some areas again today. Luckily, we had a pretty decent day, but I did see the weather reports, like, heat warnings for other areas. So I am glad that you are doing good and that you are managing the heat. Here's a sip of Esca for you again, Crimson Rides. I am from India, so Indian market, Nifty and Bank Nifty. Okay, gotcha. That's a really good haul that you got. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with that, but $1,000 is no joke. Lincoln subscribe says, like and subscribe says, in my safe file I got 3 dupes, 4 fluke corals, 4 oxyferns for oxygen, and using the airflow tile, no ventilation system yet. I'll try to keep water separate. I like a lot more than Frosty. Fluke corals are so much better and more efficient than other sources of oxygen. 100% agree. Like, the fluke corals are so much fun to use, and they pair really well with the beacons. If you haven't done that yet, the beacons deliver lime directly to the fluke corals. So unless you have them in a situation like this where they're kind of just by themselves, you don't even have to have any lime deliveries here. And just make sure you keep your beacons, you give them a little space where they can get a breath of fresh air. So they get +2 happiness from getting a breath of fresh air. So they go up to the top and they take a little, breath of fresh air. So make sure you leave some room for them to do that, and they'll be very happy, and you can put a whole bunch of them in one tank. And so another thing that I love about this DLC is that it's so easy to get something like sushi rolls, which is an amazing food. So sushi rolls has +4 quality, I believe. Let me just go check. Yes, +4 quality. So I think it gives something ridiculous like 12, or I think it's 12 morale. I don't remember the exact amount, but it's a ridiculous. Okay, that's okay. It's a ridiculous. Wait, how much is this? 71 kilograms. Okay, let's not empty that. That's not gonna go. That's not gonna go well. Let's just cancel all that. I can empty this though. I don't mind emptying the carbon dioxide. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the thing. Yeah, it's it is. Sorry, let's go back to the Frosty. I do like this one way more than Frosty Planet as well, because Frosty Planet basically takes away the hardest part of the game, which is heat management. I feel like it's so much easier to heat up your base, especially when you get warm coats early on, than it is to keep it cool. So that's another thing that. Okay, that was nothing. That's another thing that the Frosty Planet one. I mean, it wasn't a bad DLC, but I played through the early game and I found it to be too easygoing. So I don't have like the greatest opinion on it since I never finished it. But yeah, I found it to be a little bit too easygoing for my liking. Although it was a really fun DLC with like the floxes, you know, different ways to get wood, and of course they added the shatter flox later on, so you can look at all the Sweetles I have too. How did I get so many Sweetles? I don't remember having so many Sweetles from the printing pod. Okay, let's delete this stuff. I don't need that anymore, and then we can finish. Well, I'm gonna cut these out. But actually, maybe I should have kept those. I don't know. Deconstruct. No, it's very tedious. I should have just clicked deconstruct all. And I'm going to go across here. No, you know what? Leave that. And then we'll just dig this out, and then we'll do some more processing in there. EA Factorio just want to share the power of nuclear fission with the locals. That's all. Exactly. Yeah, the locals, like, it's so important to introduce them to new technologies and to show them, you know, the power of the universe. So looking very much forward to that. I got beacons and starnicles. I need to figure out the balance. They aren't quite keeping up with the fertilizing, the flues. Okay, so here's. I never like to balance things in Oni because so many things with regards to balance depends on your duplicants. Like for instance, your duplicants being here at the grooming station on time, and if they're doing other things or if their priority for some reason doesn't allow them to come here when they should, these guys will be unhappy, and that can have a recursive effect on food production, oxygen production, and so on and so forth. So I'm always overproducing everything where I can and where it makes sense, and that's kind of my biggest tip for all of Ani. I mean, you can do an exact ratio or figure out all that stuff out, but I find it easier just to have more than, like for instance, I have 8 critters in here, I think. 9 critters in here. That's way more than enough for these 3 plants. And then, so if you made this, you know, if you copied this stable and made a whole bunch of more of them over top of all your other flue corals, or just made one big stable and have your water volume be connected, like I do here with the mesh tiles, you can put in as many beacons as you want that fills in all of this water volume. So I always like to have way more than enough, and that's kind of how it kind of eases my mind to know that I'd rather have way more food than not enough, basically. And then it just kind of runs out of control. And then it doesn't really benefit me to have that much food, but that's just how I like to play. I've never been big into ranching, so my setups tend to so I'm sorry, let's skip there. I've never been big in the ranching, so my setups tend to be very clumsy or basic. I'm the same way, to be honest. Like, I have the most basic ranches possible set up. Especially if you watch my over-explained playthrough, I have the most basic Dreco ranch ever. It's literally just a massive box. It's just a big box with hydrogen at the top, and it's 2 rooms that share airflow tiles, so the hydrogen goes between the 2 rooms. And I have more than enough plastic for what I want to do so far on that playthrough, on that save. So while it's a good idea to have very efficient setups, obviously like, that's part of the fun in the game is figuring that stuff out. I should get my duplicants digging here. Actually, what happened to the water in here? Let me start putting some water in here. Well, that's a lot of fun. I think that you can usually get away with a very simple build, and that can kind of get you started. So don't feel too bad if your setup looks clumsy or feels clumsy or whatever. It's very easy to produce exactly what you need for your colony, even if your builds are fairly basic. Let's bring some heavy watt wires here. Go down like this and then go over. I should probably just start rebuilding all my wires as well with refined metals. I think it's about time. Like right now I have 37 kilowatt potential. That's already quite a bit. So I like how I did this. This is a heavy watt joint plate. So I'll probably have to start rebuilding all this at some point. So might as well start now. because I have lots of refined copper now. And then this can be deleted as well. We'll put in a regular, a good joint plate. Luckily, I've provisioned that already at some areas. The Starnicle Beacon Flucor Loop is about as far as my knowledge goes. Well, that's a good place to start. That's a lot of knowledge already that can take you quite far in this DLC. So, if you watch my beginner's video on Aquatic Planet, that's pretty much what I talk about as being the most basic and the most essential for this playthrough. Everything else is sort of trivial. Like, yes, you need pearls from the clam pumps, but you don't really need sea queens until later on. Actually, you probably could get away with not having sea queens at all, except for the fact that you have to recruit minnow. You don't have to recruit minnow, but eventually you want to recruit minnow, and you have to get caviar. So, I mean, beyond that, this is my very basic sea queen farm here. I have a very basic. There's the ore halls. Okay, the ore halls are something that I also have a video on, and they're also pretty easy, I would say. I mean, my Nori's gone right now because it's been, I'm pretty sure, they're just not coming off quickly enough. But the ore halls are very important because they make iron, and this is probably going to be your main source for steel production. And they also provide what's it called? Raw shellfish, I believe, is what comes out of these guys when they pass on. So these guys are important to tame. I would say that these are the most complicated because the tower kelps are a little bit tricky to sort of understand, and they're a little bit tricky to supply materials to because they have fertilization, polluted dirt, and polluted water. Now the ore halls do complement that because the ore halls produce polluted mud, I think. Let me just go back here. They produce polluted mud, which can be pressed with the sludge press into polluted water and polluted dirt, and that's exactly what the kelp towers or the tower kelps need: polluted water and polluted dirt. So these are complementary, but it can be sort of hard to find the balance for these. So what I ended up doing is, you can see I have naturally planted tower kelps, which grow a lot slower, but they provide free resources. I don't have to provide fertilization or irrigation to either of these. And then I have 2 of them in hydroponic farm tiles, which are being fed from the sludge press, and these produce nori a lot faster. So that's kind of my setup for this situation, for the ore halls. And again, these aren't really going all that quick, but because I'm not using iron ore at such a rapid pace, like I don't really need steel for a lot of things in this playthrough yet. Maybe when I get the space, it'll be different. I'm sort of just passively accumulating, right? Happy Wednesday, Dan. What's going on? And Fitz says, Ethan, I'm tired as hell, bro. I forgot you were streamed today. If I stop talking, consider me dead or sleeping. By the way, hello, guys. Thank you so much, Fitz. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on you, but on the chat. But I just saw your message now. And Elusive Ocelot, how are you? How's the colony? Happy Wednesday to everyone. Dan, Fitz, Elusive Ocelot, and everyone else who joined, who I haven't gotten to yet. How is the colony? The colony is going great. We expanded our Atmos suit docks down here. I did this off stream because I was sort of debating where I wanted to put everything. So I didn't. I just moved everything from here to here, and whenever I do stuff like that, I'm not confident where I want to have my final location. I usually do stuff like that, the deliberations off stream. So I did that, and then I moved my oxygen production, my oxygen ventilation over top of these flute corals down here. Flute corals. So yeah, it's going really good. We're taking on more bionic duplicants, which I already made microchips for, which I have to remember to add. And everything's going really good. We have the volcano set up. I want to tame this volcano today, so hopefully I can get to that. But before I do, I want to build insulated tiles here. So I'm just gonna build over the top of this. Oh, I can't build in there. Okay, well, let's go up with the ladder like that, and then we can bust open on like this. We can bust open this and then build diagonally. So I want to switch this to insulated tile. That's why I want to get to this, and then I don't know. We'll just leave that in there or something. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you for joining me, Elusive Ocelot, Fitz, and Dan. I'm going to do that. Says like and subscribe. I got that from you, connecting via mesh tiles. I got 292 tiles connected by mesh. Nice, that's awesome. So I actually learned that from one of my viewers as well. Actually, multiple viewers have told me that. So I want to give credit to. I don't remember all of them that have introduced me to that, but I know William was one of them. I learned a lot from my viewers actually over the course of my streaming career thus far, and that was one of the tips. That this is not gonna work out well, is it? Let's put this in first, put that in first, and then yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, it's a great tip, because even if you're not playing on the Aquatic DLC, like the Aquatic DLC obviously makes it a lot easier because you have so much need for aquatic critters. But if you're just doing a regular playthrough and you want a bunch of pacus for fish fillets or cooked seafood or whatever, it's a great way to have just an overproduction of pacus instead of a little cell like this. I just got the stuff that provide what I need, figure out what they eat, and then stick them in the room and figure out everything else. Yeah, that's exactly what I do as well. And that's the easiest way. You start with the most basic solution, and then you expand. You look at where the bottlenecks are within that solution, and then you just expand. Now, a lot of the time, again, so in Ani, you can get away with being lazy on a lot of things, and more things that I think people are willing to give credit for, especially if they're like long-time players in Ani. Oh, gunk toilets. Why do we have gunk toilets? I do not want gunk toilets. So the biodome duplicates should not be in here at all, actually. So we're gonna make it so they cannot come in or leave, because yeah, I don't know why we have gunk in the toilets now. This is a little bit annoying. In fact, I'm gonna stop this right here. And then get this emptied immediately. So I don't have to deal with that. I have to remember to go back and fix that. Now, why do we have gunk toilets? Why aren't these guys working? They should be working. Open this door. Ineligible. Everyone is allowed in here, so I'm not sure why. But anyways, have to be quick on here. Oh no, the gunk got back in. That's okay, probably. That'll probably just damage something and I'll have to fix it. Okay, so we can turn this back on. Okay, perfect. Let's see if we can empty it really, really quick. And so we don't have to deal with any damages. Perfect. That's kind of funny how we got gunk toilets just down there. So, Fitz says, Mushoku Tensei returned a few weeks ago. Great anime that I totally forgot about. Never heard of it, but I'm glad that it's back for you. What is that? Is that an older series, Fitz, or is that a newer anime series? I know you guys were talking about anime the other day in the chat. I'm not too well versed in the anime space. I've been trying to figure out a lot more into ranching, as it's one of the most reliable, consistent ways of getting resources indefinitely, like infinite resources. Yes, 100%. Everything in the game, to an extent, is renewable. There are certain things you have to go to space for, but ranching, and like I said, and this is what I try to highlight in my over-explained series on YouTube here, is you have to start with the basics, and sometimes the basics can pretty much take you to the end of the game. And it's very easy to try to be hard on yourself and make something that is very complicated, and then have it be a big waste of time or not very successful because it's your I don't even need to do that, because it's your first time building something. And I think the easiest solution to any new player problems is to just don't overcomplicate your builds. Just do the most basic possible build and see how like my Draco Ranch is. I already have an Eduardo. I want someone else. But that being said, the fun that comes out of Ani when you put a lot of hours into the game is optimizing those builds. So I'm not trying to like, downplay the need for optimization in the future. I'm just saying it's a great way to get yourself started. Just exactly what you need, and then optimize it as you go. Okay, let's delete. This has just been sitting here forever. Like, how old is this diffuser? This must be my original diffuser. 689 cycles. I think I should keep it. That's sentimental now to the playthrough. I can't believe I left that here for so long. Goes in the shell as well, but I think I already said that. Berserk had some awesome chapters, and apparently the Emperor is waking up. It's a good time to be a nerd. Sounds like a lot of fun, Fitz. Give credit to me. I didn't say anything, but I love stealing ideas. No, it was for sure. I think you were for sure part of the anime conversation. I've talked about this before, but the only recent anime that I know about is the incredibly successful, what's it called? I'm blanking now. Arcane series. And I don't know enough about it to understand the story because, I've already talked about this to an extent, but I'm not an anime fan in order, enough to understand what's going on or to be able to pay attention, but I can appreciate the quality of the production value. It is absolutely incredible what they did with that series. And even to this day, even though I'm not a fan of, or not, I should say, I'm not an avid, why do we have, this never goes to, I guess because I built this and I don't know, suppressed current, whatever. I don't know why that just popped up for no reason. Maybe there was a glitch with the thing. Anyways, so the series itself, it is absolutely incredible what they did with the artwork and production, like the production value in general. And to this day, I still watch the trailer or the intro sometimes because, first of all, the song is great, and I'm also it's just a very cool intro. Hey, what's up? I think it's Sal Vaxitov. I plan on automating Papoose to feed Job Bros for sustainable rust deodorizer O2. That sounds like a good plan, Vaxitov. I hope I'm saying your name right, Vaxitov. So I've never done a successful, so that's a Rex. I don't have a Jobro here. I've never done a successful Jobro ranch, so I should probably try one day, because I think it would be pretty fun. Maybe if I get a Jobro from the printing pod, it's something that we can do. First time seeing polluted water in a toilet, so that's gunk. Unknown fact. Welcome to the stream, by the way. How are you doing? So one of the bionic duplicants, for whatever reason, ended up going to the bathroom in the lavatory. I guess maybe they were on the same schedule as somebody else who was trying to use the toilet at the same time. So then they ended up going in here. And this is their toilet. I should make this bigger maybe and fit another one in there. That's probably the best solution. And no one's busy anyway, apparently, because they're all rushing over to build this. So there we go. Hopefully I didn't destroy any wires there or plumbing. Now I can fit another one in. So that's just gunk. So here's the purple liquid down here, and it comes out of the bionic duplicates. If you don't give them their own gunk extractor, which is like their bathroom, they end up going in your regular toilets and plugging it up, and then it causes a problem with your recirculation loop, especially if you have one just like I do. Hey, what's up? Icarus was taken. Nice to see you. Wrenching defies thermodynamics. You can create stuff out of nothing. Well, yes, that's true. I don't think you have to put your conceptions of this is you have to reject reality when you're playing Oxygen Not Included. Oxygen Not Included inserts its own reality, and that's just how things are in this game. But that's absolutely right. You do make things out of nothing sometimes. It's a heirloom of humble beginnings, says link, like, and subscribe. It's kind of new, but not much. I forgot the year, but it was 2022 or something for Mashoku. Hey, what's up, Vitaly? Nice to see you as well. Welcome, Vitaly. How are you doing? You probably have no idea what the hell was going on with the black girl and the roses. No idea. Yeah. I'm good, thanks. Never played the Bionic pack. Oh, it's a lot of fun. The Bionics are super overpowered, but they do have some quirks to them. Like, they don't go in water very well, which is kind of funny being on the Aquatic Planet DLC. Now, luckily, they do wear atmo suits, and they can function in water just fine that way. But as far as, on a regular playthrough, if you don't have atmo suits yet, it can be a huge challenge. By the way, so this, I can delete the chute, so I can send my sulfur directly up to, I can delete this chute as well. The sulfur can go straight up to my my ranch here. I wonder now how long, yeah, I've been out of sulfur in here for quite a while. So hopefully, I guess my duplicants have been making those deliveries, which is kind of annoying, I guess. So what we're going to do is, as a temporary measure, put in a conveyor loader here, and then put a auto sweeper to pick up all the sulfur that's been dropped here over time and send it up to my ranch. Where's the nearest power? I guess I don't have power in this area. That's okay. I'm gonna have to just bring power. It's worth it. So we'll just do something like this. We'll do the heavy conductive wire and then bring it straight from here. And now pick up all that sulfur, all that precious sulfur that's on the ground there. And what's this one doing? Oh, this is doing the diamond. I have to get diamond production online as well. Diamond's going to be, it's 7.7 tons. Yeah. All right, so let's start doing diamonds. I can get diamonds from the pin pockets. So this is what I'm going to work on this episode. These things here, it requires refined carbon, so easy. And it just needs to be in an atmosphere of polluted brine, salt water, or water. So actually, a great complement to these could go, and by the way, the temperature is very hot, so these could go in here. I might just start building them on this. Let's see if I can build these without destroying the tibulas. If I do, I'll have to make this a lot bigger. Tiblias. I keep saying that wrong. Oh no. What am I? Okay, so where's the thing? Wall planter. If I build this here, I'm just worried that I'll... No, they shouldn't interfere with the tiblias. Okay, I'll try to say it correctly from now on. Well, we'll see. We'll see. And then, otherwise, I'll have to make this a lot bigger. But yeah, I can put one here, and so on and so forth. I'm just going to watch to make sure it doesn't require these to be dug up. Oh, not diamonds. Not diamonds. I'm already low on diamonds. I wanted to make this out of pearl. Well, you know, if that's the case, if these can just go, like, behind everything, let's start over here and put one there. And then just fill this up with water some more. This is all vacuumed out, by the way. I vacuumed this out, chat. Entirely vacuumed out. So this can be submerged. I'm just making sure that it doesn't require the tiblias to be uprooted once this is built. I don't think it should. Yeah, it just goes behind on the wall. Perfect. So let's get some of these planted. Why can't I plant that? Oh, because it's too big. Oh, the star nickel is too big too. So I do have to make this bigger. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. I'm just going to build it up. I'm going to have to move these out of the way. Kind of rearrange my power network here. And just go up and over everything and back down here. All right, so let's work on that because I'm going to be out of diamonds soon if I don't get that set up. So let's build this down here. We'll go up and over. Actually, I probably don't have to do that. I probably can just put this conductive plate here and without losing too much water. I'm almost certain I can do that. Let me just do a save here. We'll do a save scum just in case that this doesn't work out. I'm good, thanks. I've rejected your reality and substitute my own. I love that. I think that's from Adam from the Mythbusters, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. It's not a whole lot of water. I don't know who says that, like, officially or exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was Adam from... Well, that's who I remember saying it anyway. Maybe I'm rejecting your reality as well. Vitaly says the only thing I was confused about with Mel is her goals in season 1. Black Rose explained quite clearly, in my opinion. Yeah, I've never watched it, so I'm completely out of the loop. I apologize, chat, for the disappointment. Oh, is this gonna? This is fine. I can dig behind here and finish this wire. Actually, while we're here, we'll dig this wall out. Luckily, you didn't have a farm above it or something. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that I didn't. That I can just raise it up. I didn't know it was going to be so big. I kind of feel like that's cheating. Like they shouldn't make the wall planter this big, and then it should fit in the wall planter. You know, that's okay. I'm just looking for a reason to complain. Okay, yeah, you know your dupes have nothing to do when they're all rushing over to come help. So, let's see, put this bridge here, and then we'll run the heavy wall conductive plate through, I guess we can just, well, yeah, I guess we can just run it through here. This is as good a spot as any. And then connect it this way. We'll deconstruct here and here, take all this out. And then I love it. I actually kind of love it when my duplicates are just ready to go. I'm out of cobalt. Let's do copper. When they're just ready to go and they do things immediately. It's a lot of fun. Delete this. And then this is now connected. Although I have to relocate that. It's not a big deal. Just put it down here. And we'll bring in power like that. And then the batteries I have to relocate. These batteries, they're not really doing anything except for storing the power that is being made by the tidal turbines. So not very essential to this location in particular. I can mop all this up now. Oh, do I have a mop? I'm dumping water somewhere, but I forgot where it was. Oh no, Chad, did I mess up somewhere? I thought I had them dumping water in some location, and I totally forgot about it. So I think something might be overflowing with liquid that I don't... Oh, it was this. It was this. It wasn't even working yet. All right. Well, that's okay if it overflows, but let's start working on that. And then we'll also sweep this out because there's a lot of crap in there. Okay, it's suppressed current on everything here. And then delete everything on this side. Actually, all this entire power network can be deleted. The only thing that I'm kind of worried about is now I have to get rid of this heavy wad joint plate. I mean, I don't have to get rid of it. It would just be nice to get rid of it. And I have to... I don't think I can change this out without some amount of water coming in here. Now, it's not the end of the world because... Well, we're going to do this. It's not the end of the world because if it falls, it's just going to fall into this pool of salt water. So it's not that bad. It's just kind of annoying that I have to go through that process. How did it make Ethan? How to make Ethan an anime fan? Well, listen, I will say this: if a show as brilliant as Arcane didn't make me an anime fan, then I don't know what can. Like, okay, so my anime extends to, like I used to watch Pokemon, if that counts, when I was little. I mean, I don't know. I'm just grasping at like needles in a haystack there, trying to figure out something that could qualify. Okay, why aren't we deleting this? You guys have apparently nothing to do. Where are all my Atmos suits? Like, is everybody working, or do I just not have Atmos suits? I don't understand. Okay, so wait, we got Fitz. Fitz is outside the base. Who else is working out here? I think we just don't have Atmos suits docked, so let's just get a whole bunch delivered. I know I have a whole bunch sitting around, but I don't understand why my duplicates aren't able to work. Like, especially here. Perfect. Delete everything. And then, of course, we'll sweep everything up. Okay, so now this, I can just, you know, deconstruct that. And then build this in. Cool. The quote, although it owes its current popularity Adam Savage of Mythbusters originally came from 1974 episode of Doctor Who, says Icarus was taken. And he's referring to, I reject your reality and substitute my own. Okay, so I did not know that. Apparently Savage is a huge Doctor Who fan. I believe that Adam Savage is a fan of, I could see him being a fan of Doctor. By the way, do you follow anyone follow his YouTube channel? I think it's called, oh, I forgot what his YouTube channel is called, but it's very popular. He makes a lot of videos. I think it's called Tested or something, or maybe he has a series called Tested. I can't remember which instance it is, but I do watch his YouTube. I was a huge Mythbusters fan as a kid, so I actually funny that Mythbuster videos have been popping up in my YouTube feed lately, and I just watched the one about folding paper more than 7 times, and I remember watching that in school. I was like, wow, this is such a cool episode. They actually folded paper more than 7 times. It's just such a simple thing that's just so fun. They have so many good episodes. I saw a floor with water up there. Oh no. Well, okay, this floor is okay. I mean, I've had water up here for quite some time. But I'm pretty sure what I was referring to was this. I just never built the liquid vent. But yeah, it must have been that. Oh, this is actually out. Whoa. How long has this been out for? Apparently quite some time. All right, well, let's go ahead and move this a lot lower. I have to do that too, is get another polluted brine, or actually my first polluted brine vent. Because currently I do not have a polluted brine vent tamed. Oh, I have to go this way. This is my new direction to set this up in. I don't know why I have double. Did I intend to? No, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. I remember why I had this going on. I wanted to go this way so I can build another ladder here. Generator idle, disabled. Okay, that's fine. Vitaly says, infamous Canadian hot weather finally caught up to us. 36 in the next few days. Yeah, I guess we're giving it to you guys. It was pretty mild here today, but I know in some areas it was still like out east right now. It's pretty hot in Canada. So I guess it just depends on where you are. And we've been having a lot of wildfires lately as well, so that hasn't been all that great. But yeah, the weather has been finally a little bit more mild where I am. Good luck with the the 36 degrees. That sounds pretty brutal. Does it get very humid in Russia, or like what's the climate like up there? Because 36 degrees when it's very humid is a lot different than 36 degrees than when it's not very humid. I mean, at least, you know, in my opinion. I'm sure for some people it just sucks no matter what, but as far as it goes, I would much rather be in 36 degrees in a place like Vegas, where it's not very humid at all, as opposed to a place like Ontario, which is very, very humid. I was also preparing for a new PoE league. It looks good so far. Oh, PoE, yeah, great game. I wish I had time for that. I've talked about this before. It's not really my type of game, but I could see myself getting into it if I sat down with it for, you know, a couple of hours. It could probably suck me in. It could probably suck me in if I tried to hang around with it. Why do I have no power here? This is kind of weird. This has power. Something is not connecting this. Why? What's going on, chat? Is this? Why do I not have power? Why is this not working, chat? These are working. I think it's a glitch. How does this? This has no power available. Oh, there it goes. What was that all about? Like, the thing is, if I'm running low on power, I do have these natural gas generators. Oh, I'm literally out of power. Okay. So, okay. I was wondering why. So I have to build some more of these. That makes sense. And I have a surplus of natural gas, so I'm free to make as many of these as I want. The water might be a little bit of an issue, but that's okay. We'll figure that out. So we'll go just put a high pressure gas right there. Arcane is not an anime. It's totally a Western show. Okay, so didn't know there was that distinction. I thought it was considered an anime. Regardless, it is very well done. It's incredible either way. Hey, what's up, Vibrator? And look, it's me. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate having you here on both sides. Thank you so much for coming by tonight. How are you doing, Vibrator? Me on season 1 just wanted to get out her family claws and make history on her own. Which show is that? Oh, Mel. Mel made steps to selling weaponized Hexatech to investors by the end of season 1. She's concerned about war somehow. And Fitz says that was mostly because she knows Noxus would eventually take over control of Hexatech, so she wanted to give the rights to someone else, not necessarily weaponize it. See, moments like that is when I wish I knew more about what was going on, because that sounds like a lot of fun to like TV. I think there's a lot of good hidden gems in TV shows that I just haven't gotten to. Well, I haven't really gotten into a TV series since COVID, to be honest with you. It's nothing in particular to do with. It's like nothing to do with COVID in general. I think it's just for some reason my brain has been focused more on video games and not so much sitting down and having the patience to get into a really good TV show, whether it's anime or not. And I think that's been, it's something that I have to get back into. Same thing with reading. There's a lot of really good books that I have on my plate that I want to read, but I just haven't been, have not been proactive enough to get to them. And it's just literally sitting down and for like an hour a day or, you know, whatever, an hour or two a day, and allocating that time. I would love to get back into that. Okay, let's build some venting here for the carbon dioxide. I don't think we need... I'll do separate vents. I don't need separate vents, but I'll do separate vents. And then I need natural gas. Okay, so that should be okay. Actually, I am bringing natural... yeah, I'll bring natural gas with insulated. I don't know how hot it is. It's probably pretty hot. Oh, whoa. It's probably pretty hot, but... this area's... I mean, not that I care about the temperature in this area, but I'll try to eliminate as much as I can. Okay, so that's fine. That's going to be working well. Actually, I should probably come in here and build this so they have access to some water. Russia is divided into 11 time zones, so we have all kinds of weather simultaneously. Yes, so I do know how massive it is. Just didn't know how the weather in terms of like humidity. I guess since you're so far up north in some areas, the humidity would vary depending on where you are. But that is incredible how how vast. Like in Canada, it's similar too, you know. So in Canada, the weather is quite different in, you know, BC, British Columbia, or Saskatchewan and Ontario, and even places like PEI. It can be vastly different depending on where you are. But for the most part, we do have, I would say, more humidity than not, which to me is unfortunate. I don't think there's a lot of places you can go in Canada where it's not just straight up humid. Straight up humid. This is probably fine. I think I'll keep this. I'm gonna build this up here, and then we'll just raise this water level and start making the pin. What's it called? The pin pocket. And then we'll obviously build this up, go all the way to the top. And then, by the way, what I'm going to do here is, instead of vacuuming this out, I'm gonna push all the water. Push all the. This is gonna take some time, chat. Do I just vacuum it out? Yeah, I'll just vacuum it. This is not gonna waste my time with that. I was going to build it, but it's gonna take forever, and it's gonna be so tedious. It's something that I would do off stream, but it's not. I'm not gonna do it here. Oh, this is the wrong way. I should be going this way. Let me just pause that and get rid of it, and then we'll build put the insulated door lock here. And then bring power to this guy. Okay, so I want this done ASAP. And then we'll just make this farm a lot bigger. Now, interestingly enough, I did contemplate making this farm bigger initially. I wanted to do it on multiple stories, and I think it would have worked out a lot better if I just had gone a vertical tabula farm instead of making a horizontal one. But nonetheless, this is what I'm working with now. I can always make this bigger this way if I need to add more. But my plastic production is through the roof. Like, I don't need a lot of plastic at this point, so it's all right. I'm sleepy and hungry. I hope the colony is going well. I am sleepy too. I had a nap right before the stream. It was fantastic. But I appreciate you joining, Vibrator. Always nice to have you here. Are you gonna get something to eat, or is it too far gone in the day for any type of food for you? I know not everybody likes to eat when it's super late. It says Russia is wild. Canada is like kind of cold as fuck. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Like where we are, we're not so like it's so interesting how different Russia is than Canada in terms of the diversity of the biomes, because Russia has a lot of small towns and cities very far up north. Like some areas you can't shut your car off. I've seen documentaries of that before. But in Canada, like very few people live up north, like at the same, what's that called? Like the parallel lines or whatever of, you know, very few people live that far up north where you have the same situation where you're gonna keep your car on at all times and things like that. Versus Russia has I mean, I guess perhaps because Russia's a lot older of a country and people have lived there in those small towns and cities for thousands of years. I think it's probably hundreds of thousands. I'm not sure if that's how accurate I am on that, but you know, I think it's a lot older in those smaller towns than it is in Canada. So that's probably has a lot to do with it. But yeah, it is absolutely wild how you know, we barely have anyone living in our northern territories or provinces, and then you have countries like Russia where that's people's entire lives. So kind of cool in that perspective. And moose, yeah. So moose are quite common. Can't agree with you on Mel. She literally persuaded Jace into Jans into creating a weapon where Cena Victor disarms the Jinx bomb. See, that all sounds great. Actually, Ambrosia points out her naive approach to weapon the moment they reunite by the ship. Says Vitaly. Yeah, I'm so lost in what on this anime conversation. Which show is this again that you guys are chatting about? Okay, I'm pretty sure I can. No. Let's wait on this. Let's wait on this. I know my duplicates are gonna be pissed off for that, but they were all rushing over because they got nothing to do apparently. We have polluted brine here now, right? Yes, we have polluted brine. So everything is looking pretty good. I can probably sever this connection here and then drain the rest of this water out. And let's start. Well, I was going to tame this. I have another one here that I could tame, but it really doesn't matter if I don't have diamond. Like I have to focus on the diamond, and it's getting quite close to being depleted. And if I don't have diamond, I don't have natural gas, which means I don't have power, and which means I don't have sulfur, which means I don't have plastic. Now, plastic is inconsequential in this regard, but hey, the cat's here. We got a cat on the desk, chat. Everyone, look at the camera. We got a cat with us today. She's here to supervise, hang out. Oh, she's ready to go. All right, you have fun. Don't chew my cables. Somebody chewed my my cable for my key light. Luckily, it's just a USB that I can always replace, but it still works. But hey, get out of there! Don't chew my. Hey, thank you so much for the cheer, Vibrator. Thank you so much. Tell your supervisor I said hi. Okay, Vibrator says hi. Lily, please do not. Why do you have to go back there out of all places? She wants to go up on the tower because she likes the fan. All right, she's finally gone. She loves the fan from the top of the tower. Okay, as soon as this is vacuumed out, we can start bringing some water in here, and then we can bring our whatever the pin pockets. I also have to relocate these, which is okay now because I have lots of space to do that. I gotta put them here. So if I put them higher, that'll be okay, I think. I'm gonna put them here. I'm gonna move them one higher, so I have to wait till everything is destroyed. But I can put these as high as I want. So I'll put these up here. Hey, don't chew the key light, Lily. She's chewing the key light. She's gonna knock it over. Oh no. Every time. She never comes here when I'm not streaming. It's only when I'm streaming that she wants to go up and chew the key light. I guess because it's on and she probably likes the heat from it or something. A lot of people saying hi today. Hi to the cat. So a vibrator says, I'm delaying myself food until I have to feed my animals. Impressive self-control vibrator. I always eat before the animals if my body requires me to. Dan says hi, Kitty. Link, like and subscribe. Says hi, Kitty. Oops, dropped the brain cell. So this one actually, surprisingly, has quite a few brain cells. She does like to eat random stuff. Like you can literally not leave anything on the ground anywhere. Like if you like, you know those little if you buy a new shirt and you cut the plastic clip off, and if a piece of that drops on the floor, she'll be the first one to find it to try to eat it. It's just absolutely insane with how persistent she is and about finding stuff to eat that she's not supposed to. So she has like that survival instinct of, hey, is this food? Let me try it just in case it is. And it's like, please don't. You literally have food available at all times that you can eat. Crimson White says, hey, cute kitty, unplugged the monitor. Well, there was the one-time chat, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was quite new to streaming, where she unplugged the Ethernet cord because she was... so the Ethernet cord... yes, this is going to sound kind of funny because as an electrician, but I don't actually have a proper male connector on there. So it can very easily just slide out of the back of the motherboard. So I should just, it's as simple as me just replacing it, but the little tabby thing broke at some point. So she jumped behind my tower and bumped into all the wires and tugged on the Ethernet cord, and it came unplugged. So the stream went offline abruptly. But yeah, she's very chaotic sometimes with eating things that she should not. She picks stuff out of the garbage as well. So I have to have a garbage with a lid on it because, like for instance, we'll give her freeze-dried snacks that come on a little, like the popsicle has the little cardboard piece on it that you like lick from. Well, we have freeze-dried food for cats, with like the little popsicle cardboard thing that you hold it with. And so generally I just take the freeze-dried food off and give it to her and crush it up because she likes it that way. But she'll go, if I don't wash that cardboard stick before I throw it out, she'll pick it out of the trash and start chewing on it to try to eat it. She absolutely loves the freeze-dried food. I just refuse to believe the master plotter Mel's caliber would have trouble connecting the dots between weaponizing Hextech and the war. We're discussing arcade. See, I didn't even realize that. Having seen the first season, I don't know if you guys are talking about this first season or the second season. It sounds to me like the second season, to be honest, but I have no idea. So I apologize for my ignorance, but so I did recognize Jinx. That's a name that is obviously quite resonates with Arcane. But other than that, I I didn't reckon. I know. Okay, here's who I remember from Arcane off the top of my head. I know Silco, I think his name was Silco, Jinx, V or Vi. I always say her name wrong, but it's V or Vi, and now I remember the faces of the other characters. I just don't remember their names. Like I remember the dad guy. Oh man. The little old dog or whatever. When you tell your supervisor vibrator says hi, can you wield a vibrator menacingly? I don't have one to wield, but that would be hilarious. Well, by the way, technically I am saying vibrator. Not vibrator, but yeah, I totally get. That's why I love that name so much. Vibrator 3000. It's such a funny, such a funny name. Okay, come on. Is this gonna finish or what? It's taking forever. Let me move on to something else while we're dealing with that. I suppose it wouldn't be the worst idea to get like this started, just to get myself open all this up and get myself in here. So let's go into here, I suppose. And I need to get access to this anyway, so it's not a big deal. Let's open up all this. Actually, I can leave that. As her way of speaking with Jace, while she wanted to get on his good side, a more of a political move than her mother's technique. Sounds like ginger cat behavior, trying to re-energize her brain cell. She also believed that strongly that Jace was the key to a better Piltover. Now she manipulated the absolute F out of that boy. By the way, I also remember what's okay. I can't say that I remember and then not remember. It was on the tip of my tongue. What's the Powder? Right? Powder is the girl's name before she becomes Jinx. That took way too long. So that's my knowledge of Arcane. My Spaniella's like that. She eats everything too. She's a real food ninja. She knows when you are and aren't distracted, and only takes an actual opening. The cats are so smart. Like the cats are so much smarter than people will give them credit for, to be honest. I should probably block off all this here, right, Chad? I mean, I have a very cool cold biome here, and I'm kind of gonna be heating it up with this. I guess I can provision to put some mucin in here and to stop this from heating up. I think that's a good idea. So let's do that. Let's put a row of insulated tiles in here, and then we'll put some mucin over it. I think that's very reasonable. Not sure what we disagree. Oh, she's one of my Ethernet cables were like that. Replaced it recently. Yeah, I mean, I'm an electrician though, so I have no excuse to not replace it. I could literally just cut it off and put another end on it, but it's something that I don't remember until I start streaming again, and the cat starts moving back, like walking around back there. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. My stream's about to die. You know what I mean? Hello, hey, what's up? PG Rimp, or is it P Grimp? Hello, nice to finally catch a live stream. May I ask if this DLC is heavy GPU-wise? I struggle with frames already. So, depends on what GPU you have. So, Oni itself is a very CPU-intensive game. GPU almost matters. Hey, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch, Spirit Retro. Welcome to the stream. So, Oni itself is a very, very heavy CPU game. Very little of it is actually GPU bound. And you can also lower the quality as well. So I would say no, but it would depend on what GPU we're talking about. So, for example, I'm running a, this is like for your comparison, okay? I'm running it, so it also matters, by the way, how far you zoom out. So I have my stats up on the screen. I have a 6800 XT, and my GPU usage is 69%, and I'm running 50 degrees. I'm running a 9800X3D CPU, and it's currently at 41% to 77%, and it's at 54 degrees. My frame rate right here, with not a whole lot going on at this zoom distance, is 80 FPS right now. If I zoom all the way out, it drops down to 50, 31, goes back to 40, so it kind of fluctuates. So the GPU almost never increases beyond 69, versus the CPU is constantly fluctuating. So I can see like the little graph that I have on the top of the screen here that you guys can't see. So anyways, this DLC, like most Oni DLCs, is very, very CPU heavy. Unfortunately, no CPU can fight the end game, can win a battle against the end game. You might have obviously better frame rates than these are deep frozen. Yeah, you might obviously have better frame rates than if you had a mid-tier GPU versus a higher tier GPU at end game. But eventually everything comes down to a whole. Like right now I have this my monitor can do up to 240 hertz, and I'm nowhere near the FPS, or I guess the hertz is not exactly sure how all that correlates. So, but anyways, all that is to say that early game, it runs at 240 FPS or higher. Right now it's at what I just said, 70, 80, or 40 if I'm really far zoomed out. But anyways, nice to see you as well, and thank you for stopping by and saying hello. PG Rip or P Grimp. Dan says, we just tried to freeze-dried popsicles, and my cat loves them. Yeah, they are amazing. So, Dan, I recently tried, because I got a sample from my local pet store. I recently tried tripe, lamb tripe, and it's a dog food treat, but the cats absolutely love it. And I did some research, and as long as, like, cats are allowed to eat tripe, as long as there's not a whole bunch of other ingredients mixed in it, they absolutely love it. Now, the smell is repulsive. It smells like manure. Like straight up, it smells like you're literally holding like cow dung in your hand. All right, so it's not the most, pleasant thing in the world, but it's really, really good if your cat needs medication, because it hides the smell like nothing else does. So I would highly recommend, if you are interested in trying other freeze-dried foods, is to get some grass-fed lamb tripe, if that's available. It's from the Canine brand. It's like a orange package or whatever, and the only ingredient is tripe. That's very important. It can't have any things that are particular to dogs. She wants hexa weapons as a fact. She also pushed Jason to selling his ass to investors. This is how avoiding war, I don't know. Ambizia is dumbfounded by her naivety. She says weapons can't be unmade and are always used. And Fist says if she would want to weaponize Hextech, she would not support peace with Zon, but she did. Might have... See, I don't know any of these people. I know... Okay, so Jace, I think that's her name, right? Jace, I'm saying it right? Sounds familiar, but I don't know anyone else, unfortunately. Hey, what's up, Sean? Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Happy Wednesday, Sean. Appreciate you being here as always. Thank you so much for stopping by. That's my point, says Vitaly. She's innocent. And sorry, inconsistent. Hey, Spirit Retro, I'm in 2 places now. A link in... Oh, you're like and subscribe. Oh, okay, cool. Spirit Retro. That's awesome. Thank you so much for your support on both platforms. Super, super grateful for and appreciative of your support. Thank you so much. She's an idealist who believe dumb shit like creating weapons and not using them. Maybe it's as a form of deterrence. So hertz is the metric which the monitor can change the pixels on the screen, which is the same as frames per second. Second, FPS is the industry standard for metric for capability. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for that clarification. I did not know how those two correlate. I'm not very well tech versed anymore. As I just look for the best number and say, yep, that's the one I want. Hello, Weird Tokenish Figure. Nice to see you as well. Sean and Weird Tokenish Figure are here tonight. Thank you so much, you two, for coming by. Spirit Retro says, like, if your computer is processing the game at 480 frames per second, but your monitor is 30 hertz, you will actually only see 30 FPS. Okay, I got you. See, I thought they were the same, but I never understood why they were called different things. But I guess it makes a lot more sense when you're, you know, like if you're discussing gaming with somebody, it's a lot more convenient to say, yeah, bro, my game runs at 240 FPS versus if you say like, yeah, my game runs at 240 hertz. You know, it just sounds more natural to say FPS, right? So I see where you're coming from there. Okay, I need some more Muchin. There should be a lot of Muchin. Here it is. I knew I had some somewhere. 400 is a little bit too much actually, so I might sweep this, and then we'll obviously empty that. So we should have 200. Well, we'll have to sweep this and then put it into the bottle emptier. So PG says, all right, thanks. Might be that I'm beyond Cycle 3. Yes, so Cycle 3000, unfortunately, is going to be a massive bottleneck on. So, like, you can tell by my system alone that my CPU is way outclassing my GPU, right? 6800 XT is like a couple of generations old now, versus the 9800 X3D is obviously like the last generations, or I guess it's even still the current generation's top tier CPU. I know they had the 9850 X3D, but I mean it's very similar. It's very much a CPU bound game, unfortunately, and even still, it's impossible to beat. It's like father time for sports, for athletes, right? You know, eventually LeBron James is going to be too old to play basketball. Eventually, your CPU just can't handle, you know, thousands of Ani cycles, especially with multiple colonies. You know, a lot of. So here's a big thing, though. It's not you can do things to reduce your lag. For example, shine bugs. If you have a lot of shine bugs just roaming around, this is what their pathing looks like. This is just one shine bug. So I don't know a lot about computer, like how this game is programmed, but this to me just screams. It just absolutely screams, hey, I'm gonna make your frame rate go to 0. You know what I mean? Like, if the shine bug is constantly deciding where to go in all these different directions, like, that just screams bad news to me. Same with the puffs. I could probably do myself a lot of favors and put all these critters that are flying around, and even these little critters that are walking around, into, like, their own room. And I think that would benefit me a lot. Now, I'm not at the point yet where I'm really worried about that. I'm quite comfortable playing at 60 FPS. It's actually at 80 right now, but it does lag a little bit when I move around a lot. But yeah, it's okay. This is still going, bro. How long are you? Okay, fine. I'll put in a second one. How long am I gonna have to wait? Okay, these things are gonna die before this is vacuumed down. Oh. Anyway, so yeah, there are things you can do. Also, another thing is cleaning up your base, so not having all this garbage around, I believe helps, because if you have a lot of garbage, remember, everything has a temperature, everything has a weight, so it's always interacting with the surrounding, like, packets of atmosphere, right? So a lot of gases, I believe, also contribute to lag. Like all this gas interaction. This is gas interaction, temperature exchanges, you know, mass exchanges, all that stuff. It's constantly doing these calculations, which, granted, I think having all that considered, the game is quite well optimized, but eventually you do hit a point where it's just like, yep, we're about to slow down to a crawl. Okay, now that I finally built this, it's completely vacuumed out. So let's go ahead and delete all that, and we can finally, because my diamond is running super low, so let's open up these. Actually, what we'll do is we'll dig every other one out. I think I missed a couple, but that's okay. And then we'll build a ladder up here. We'll build a plastic ladder, obviously, because it's cool. I like plastic ladders. Yeah, I guess we'll go straight over that and we'll just delete these. We'll delete these and we'll build it elsewhere. And then this can be... Actually, no, we'll leave this in here. We'll immediately start filling this with water again. And we'll get it all the way up to the top as far as we can. Just make sure it is indeed vacuumed out. And then we can also delete this conveyor belt. And delete all this stuff. And then we'll move these up one tile here. Okay, let's see. It's funny that Ethan is reading our messages, but his 2 brain cells are just giving up. Yeah, I don't remember any of those, and any of those people, unfortunately. But I'm reading your messages because it's entertaining to listen to your conversation about a TV show that I've watched. At least I've watched season 1. I didn't watch season 2. But a TV show that I've watched, but I don't remember enough about to have a conversation with. Let's see. I hope this doesn't sound like me being a smartass, but you might want to rewatch the show. She saw the impact of the usage of the weapon she had on Jace, and when she killed that kid at the Shimmer facility. So, I mean, it's a show that I have on my list to rewatch at some point so I can actually understand it. Like I said, I've just been in a little bit of a period where shows just haven't been interesting to me lately, but I want to get back into it. So I already promised the chat that I would do a Lord of the Rings watch party in about 2 or 3 weeks from now. So I will 100% watch that coming up here. Maybe that's a good time to reignite some... Oh, I have to block this in. Maybe that's a good time to reignite watching some TV shows as well. I'll remember when we go to Petco, says Dan. Yeah, it's give it a try. It might. They usually have samples of that stuff because it's, you know, like dog treats and stuff. They usually have samples. Worst case, you know, they hate it. It's a sample. It's not a big deal. But yeah, my cats absolutely love it. And like I said, I got it by accident as well because I didn't anticipate. I thought it was cat. Like I told them I had cats, and they gave me the samples of the treats, and it turned out to be dog food treats. But they absolutely love it. Nice, this is erupting, so we're doing good here. It's funny that sorry, brother Mel has a hold on Piltover balls and a vision for it for decades. She's not the one affected by the minor setback like a dead kid. She's a female Silco. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. So yeah, you're talking about season 2 then, right? That's why I'm way behind on this. Oh, this is finally done. Perfect. So you have to manually set your hertz in your GPU OS settings. The response time is how quickly the monitor can change a pixel. So 60 FPS with 10 milliseconds time, you're only getting 59 FPS and losing a frame to response time. Okay, so I have done that. By the way, chat, I just went out and bought a 5080. So that's coming tomorrow. Actually, it's here today. It's ready for pickup, but I got a 5080 so I can do 4K gaming here in the future. So very excited about that. I mean, I can do 4K gaming now, but I want to be able to edit in 4K gaming. Edit in 4K as well, reliably. And I don't believe that my my GPU can keep up with that. So, oh no, I'm out of copper. Dang it. I probably can start refining it if I wanted to. Let's see how much copper ore I have. 5 tons. I do have lots of Gilletta, steel, iron. I mean, zinc I probably have a ton of. Yeah, zinc I have a ton of. Let's do 100 zinc or 99 zinc. Do I even have coolant in here? Yes, I do. Okay. What am I waiting for here? This should be producing iron. And then obviously refined carbon. Let's do refined carbon here with, I don't have any coal. I guess wood is fine. And then ceramic can be here. Sorry, let's switch that to wood. So I don't have the inefficient. Okay, let's change this to 0. And then wood, there, 50. And then ceramic as well. So ceramic, I guess we'll use wood. I have so much wood just from the pips. And I'm going to continue to get more, so. Let's keep going with the ceramic. Actually, ceramic will be really good here. I should probably change that. Change this to ceramic on the account of there's a volcano here that I want to tame. Well, a hertz is a scientific term for one complete cycle, while FPS is a little different. Okay, so there is a distinction. Okay, I gotcha. It's just, yeah, I'm not very well versed on all that stuff. So you guys are telling me exactly what this is. I did know there's some correlation. I just didn't know exactly what it was, and which I guess, you know, if you're just trying to get like a good. I guess if you're just like in my situation where you're just like, hey, what's the most reasonable monitor to get that's going to be able to play the games that I want at the hertz that I need or the FPS that I need, I guess that's enough for the most part, right? Like, I don't play a lot of competitor games that I think that really require me to have 240 hertz at all times. Like, Ani like so much when I get to the stage of the game that it's almost not a trivial issue, basically. Okay, let's build that too so they can get across. So the maximum performance is concerned. There's like 3 or 4 different metrics to look at, says Spirit Retro, with regards to FPS and hertz. My problem is she's inconsistent. You can't sell weapons to a third party and not welcome Built Over. Our electricity itself runs at 60 hertz, as you know. Yes, indeed. So that I do know, the hertz relative to electricity. Literally, what happened? She summons Ambressa. I do need a sip of Vesca, so this one's on me, chat. FPS is changing frames as a whole. Hertz is how many frames sit able to do in a second. Response time, how quickly it can change the screen from one frame to another. Towering Ben says, I'm back. What did I miss? Okay, so you missed a discussion about Arcane, about Hertz versus FPS. And with respect to the game, I'm building a wall planter now for pin pockets, which I need because I'm running really low on diamonds. So I think this is a very good complementary. Tubulas and pin pockets can go together very well, I think, in order to supply both of these ingredients that I need to sustain my colony. By the way, the pin pockets do need something. I forgot exactly what the fertilization is. Let's go over here. I need refined carbon. Right. Okay. So refined carbon is super easy to get. We already have a whole bunch being made. So now, obviously, I want to deliver this refined carbon to here instead of having to have my duplicates go all the way around to do that. So we'll set up some conveyor belts for that as well. So yeah, that's what you missed, Towering Ben. Just kind of chugging along here. Appreciate you coming back, though. Weird Tokenist Figure says, it makes my laptop super hot. What does? Did I miss something? I think she slips on her belief that effective weapons could be invented and just assembled later. I wouldn't say inconsistent. She's more like a bad move. I guess I see your point to agree. My only grudge is with Arcane. Okay, so this needs atmosphere. It just needs salt water to be raised up a little bit. And the temperature is perfect because I'm pumping it directly from this saltwater geyser. Now, eventually, we're going to get to a point where this starts to cool down. So I'll have to add some sort of cooling or some sort of heating in here to maintain the temperature. But for now, I think we're going to get a couple hundred cycles out of whatever we have here. I mean, these can go to these can go 240, not minus 40, or 50. So this is a little bit more picky. The pin pockets can go to 40. So anyways, we're going to get those set up here soon with our duplicates. We got Taylor Sweetle, just building the platform to get across. I'm envious of you, Ethan. Buying a new GP at this time only is only for a few. Guess the gamble has paid off. I wish the gambling has paid off. No, but I need to start editing and in 4K eventually here, and I don't think my current GPU struggles with the timeline as it is. Even if I, do the generate optimized media, it's not the fastest with 1440p, and that's why I try to upload it. So it is. It was a big investment. It was on sale. So for the record, it was 1,700 Canadian, which is insane. But I bought it with first of all, I bought it for YouTube. That's first and foremost. Second of all, it was a so I haven't heard a single company say that memory prices would ever get better in the next year or so. So while it's true that I'm like overpaying for it at this point, I don't think that waiting for things to get cheaper, especially with perhaps Nvidia's new lineup coming in 2028, would have made much sense. Unfortunately, I think the consumer market is just so fucked up that it's unfortunately not. Like if you need it, you might as well just buy it at this point. And then, worst case scenario, the price drops $200-300. Like, I don't think something like the 5080 would ever go to below MSRP with the current economy anyway. So I felt like it was the right decision to make at this point in time, especially with where we are with the just in general with the market, how things are going. Let's see here. How much is a 58 in Canada? Yeah, so 1,700 was what I paid. But most of them, like if you're buying like the premium one, it's like 2,500, which is insane. Like that's just too much. Is a dupe rename available? Hey, Montezoo, let's check it out for you. I think I do have. So I have some more Bionic duplicates. I do have Meep, Gizmo, Sonyar, Eduardo. If you would like to rename a Bionic duplicate, that'd be great, because then I can take on more Bionic duplicates and not feel bad about having multiple of the same name. Obviously, Trivaldo is not up for rename. We're gonna keep Trivaldo. So you got Meep, Minnow, and 3 Bionic duplicates. Try it the next decade. Lincoln, like and subscribe says, prices never go back down when our crisis is over. Exactly. Same thing with the post. Oh no, I built this out of iron ore. Same thing with the post COVID. When everyone bought GPUs during COVID for Bitcoin mining, they never went back down, right? It's the same thing. If you need it, you buy it. And the thing is, like, I was able to supplement some of that with what I make on YouTube too, right? So it's not like it's like I have to save for it. It's a lot of money, but it's worth it for what I'm doing, basically. If World War III happens, I'll raid a data center. Let's do it, Fitz. I'll team up with you, 100%. Do prices ever drop being in Russia? That's a new concept. No, prices never drop. I mean, things go on sale, but the only thing that has dropped that I can... Okay, think about it, chat. What has dropped in the past 20 years that is a major consumer... or that's something that people buy regularly? TVs, right? I mean, literally, what else? Cars have gone up in price. Food has gone up in price. Travel has gone up in price, even though travel's... So you would think that the economy of scale allows things like travel, as more people, as there's more people in the world, as people have good, more people have better paying jobs, that people can travel more. Airlines are posting record earnings. You would think that prices would come down with economy of scale. That hasn't happened. TVs are literally the only thing that I can think of that have dropped in price in the past 20 years or so. Like, I remember buying my first ever LCD TV. It was a 1080i, so not 1080p, 1080i, 32-inch LCD for like $800 Canadian. That was my in 2007. I had a part-time job and I saved up for it because I wanted to play GTA. I wanted to play GTA 4 on LCD, on a big LCD, and That was my first big investment. Now you can buy the same TV for like $100 or less, probably. So there you go. That's one thing that has dropped. Can I be one of the bionics? So like and subscribe. Absolutely. Go for it. Which one do you want to be? So by the way, if you're on Twitch, it's part of my redeeming. Like you can redeem it with your channel points. If you are not on Twitch, I give you guys the ability to rename anyways, because I don't want to lock it behind a specific platform. I wish YouTube allowed you to do that, but yeah. So you guys can both request YouTube and Twitch. Biodupes get the number added to the end of their names. That's true. I could do that. So because there's only a handful, I think there's only like 5 or 6 Bionic duplicates. You kind of do have to just number them after a while, right? I kind of wish... See, that's my only issue with Bionic duplicates. There's not enough of them. I really wish they had like 20 different Bionic duplicates, because that's why I like the regular dupes. I like having the personalities of, like, you know, Travoldo always messing shit up, or, you know, that kind of lore to your playthrough. When you take on multiple Eduardos and you have to rename them all, it just sort of seems not as authentic, right? I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe that's just me being, you know, a little bit too picky. Okay, so this is vacuumed out. Perfect. That was quick. Way quicker than up here. Holy smokes. Let's see. I bought my 50-60 between the crypto boom, but before AI got crazy. Hey, what's up, Cali man? What's going on? That was probably you. It probably went up in value for you. That is a great time to buy. I mean, I wish I got in on MSRP, but you know what? I wasn't doing YouTube then, and I didn't feel the need for it. Now that I've started, you know, the YouTube thing, and editing has become much more of a priority. I think it's time to upgrade, especially with, so if, you know, especially with wanting to branch out and playing different games later, like, you know, GTA at some point I want to be able to play and make videos on as well. Obviously, I want to be able to record and capture and stream in 4K when it comes out on PC and things like that. Most sales are fake. They increase price, and the sale, if you don't know, is just the existing price. Yeah, oh for sure, 100%. But I always wait for the sale because I do not believe in paying full price for literally anything, and it's exactly why what you just said. Like and subscribe. I will literally wait for a sale for a $50 sale for something that's expensive instead of going and spending $50 extra on it. Like for Amazon, for instance, I have like the price tracker. I forgot what it's called, but it's a very popular app. It's I have the price tracker, so anything that I want to buy, I'm like, what's the all-time low price? And I will put it on my wish list or my cart, and I will wait to save $10 on a $500 item if I have to. I try to be as frugal as possible, which is exactly why I waited this long to buy a 5080, despite having it on my radar for a long time. So I saved $200 for the one that I bought. It's originally $1,900. You can get the PNY in Canada for $17.99, and I bought this one for $16.99. Boomers be like, 32 kilobytes of RAM used to cost $1,000 back in my day while you're... Well, that's... You know what, Cali man, that's a good point too. Computers used to be very outrageously expensive. And they got cheap rapidly. So people who invested early in computers, like, really got fucked over. Like, if you bought in 1980, like a Dell, whatever, you know, like, for multiple thousands of dollars, and then you bought this, you realize the same PC many years down the road is... Oh, it's doing that thing again. It's doing that thing where it moves by itself. I don't know how to... I forgot how to fix that. Okay, there we go. So if you guys are not sure what I'm talking about, go on YouTube and search computer sales 1980 or 1990 or whatever, and you see these like boomers now, obviously, but they're the boomers talking about buying a computer, and it's like, oh yeah, this Macintosh here, it's $3,900. It's got 64 kilobytes of RAM, and it's got a floppy disk drive, or whatever. It's like, and then people are like, oh yeah, that's a good deal. It's like, what? That's a good deal? Like today, by today's standards, that's that's more than what the GPUs cost today, relatively speaking. But it's true. When you put it into that perspective, computers have also gotten incredibly cheap versus how much power they've gained. But with the market being so good in the 2010s for building a computer, and it's become so disgusting lately, I think that's like a recency bias that we as consumers rightfully have. All right, like there's no reason when PC gaming components are at all-time record high sales that the economy can't these companies can't afford to make things at scale and have it be cheap for consumers, because they're literally going to kill games. Like there's no other way around it. If you make PC parts so expensive that the average person can't build a PC for less than $2,000, or whatever arbitrary number that you want to throw out there, you're never gonna have a PC gaming crowd. Like not a lot of people can afford. Like if consoles are $1,500 next generation, who the hell's gonna buy a console? I guarantee you, not as many people as they bought last generation. The economy increased. Sorry, let me get to this one first. No preference, choose one. Yes, I'm not on Twitch. Okay, I will give you. I have not heard from Montezuma yet, so I'm going to give you Gizmo. No, Gizmo's kind of a staple. I'll give you Sunyar. Gizmo was someone who we abandoned and let die in the last playthrough. So, like and subscribe. How do you spell? Okay, why am I having such a brain fart here? Like and subscribe. There you go. Did it not save? Okay, it's saved. It just didn't update. There we go. Cool. All right, there you go. The economy increased 5% this year. We're booming, said the dude who can't afford shit. Like, I really hate it when politicians talk about the economy. Yeah, the politicians are most out of touch. Sometimes out of touch people. It's booming, but companies are making record profits at the cost of the average person struggling. Is basically what's happening. So Spirit Retro says, yes, I would like to be a botnet duplicate. No preference, says Spirit Retro. Okay, no problem. Let me just make sure I didn't miss Montezuma. Okay, I have not. Okay, so let me give you. I'll give you Eduardo. Spirit Retro. This man saves. Yeah, I save whenever I can. Fitz is putting a bunch of X's in chat. I got my 9060 XT on sale. So that's a what's the X's for? Fitz. People used to spend $3,000 on a PC and could run Doom when it was new. Hey, what's up? AI kid Os, I think. Those old computer days are some of my favorite memories. I wouldn't give them up for anything. That is 100%. I can relate to that. I miss playing. So I'm not as old to have a computer from the 80s or 90s, but I do remember playing Roller Coaster Tycoon on my e-machines from way back. On my 32 megabytes of memory or whatever it was. I heard people say that luxuries have gotten cheaper and essentials have gotten more expensive in the last century, says Tigana. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I mean, yeah, I guess it depends on, like some luxuries, maybe relatively speaking, they've gotten cheaper. Maybe they haven't increased as much as essentials. But I would say that a lot of luxuries have also gotten more expensive. I mean, I guess it depends what sector you're talking about in the market, right? There's a lot of different directions you could take that. Let's go ahead and start getting some refined carbon in here, by the way. So, unfortunately, I built these the wrong way. Like, they do overlap. I should have built this one. I mean, I can just deconstruct it. It's not a big deal. I'll build two like this. That'll look a lot better. I like to have things looking cool, so that's... If you guys are wondering why I'm being so picky, it's just because I think things look cooler when I'm picky. Okay, so I'll put that, yeah, right there. So these both can both access it. And then we'll bring in... By the way, what is this made out of? Zinc? I should probably make it out of gold or steel. It's gonna start overheating pretty soon here. Or copper would have been good too. Oh, I hope it doesn't overheat. That would be very annoying. It probably will overheat now. Now that I've said it. Okay, let's bring in... yeah, that's fine. And we'll put a... Now, how do we get it to here? I suppose I can just go through... I don't want to go through this volcano, because that's sort of defeating the purpose of... I mean, I can move it eventually. I can relocate it. So let's run it up. Run it this way. I have lots of zinc to do this anyway, so go straight over, go up. We'll go up into this direction. And then we'll go up in here. Sort of like that. And then we'll pick up refined carbon from this location. Obviously, I need steel in here. Let's not forget that. Very important detail. And then a steel auto sweeper as well. Now, perhaps I can do a... I don't want to pick up all the refined carbon. I want to have some available for these guys. So maybe what I'll do is I'll split... I'll send half of it in here. And half of it over to the pin pockets. And that way it's... You know, it should be a lot better if I split it. Yeah. And we'll do a bridge. Okay, there we go. Hey, what's up, Charlie? Nice to see you. Excellent. I'm now in 4 places. I keep seeing Spirit Retro in chat. He seems like a really cool dude. Says like and subscribe. I am like and subscribe. Woo-ha-ha-ha. You can return the... Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Yes, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. Sorry, you were being cheeky. You got me. I am... Hey, thank you, AI Kid, for the subscription on YouTube. Appreciate you joining the community. Let me see. Is that... Okay, that's fine. It was just something weird artifact on the screen on my end. It must be my shoulder. My shoulder's being cut off. Fitz says, sorry, I deleted the X, helped them, and sent them, and by accident too tired, might go to sleep. No worries, Fitz. If you have to go to sleep, then you know, get some rest for tomorrow. Either way, it was nice having you as always. I thought you were pressing X to doubt on something. I couldn't remember what I said that you would be sending that for. Actually, Fitz says, great stream as always, bro. Sorry for not being much involved today. No, you don't have to apologize, Fitz. I appreciate you coming by, and that's what it means a lot to me that you would stop by even if you can't stay a long time. He also says, Vitaly might be the one reason I stayed awake for so long. Left my like as always. Thank you so much, Fitz. See you. I'll be back Friday as always, and I'm excited to play some Factorio with you guys on Sunday night. I'm 1% away on my research from atomic weapons, so that's what's coming up on Sunday for Factorio. So very much looking forward to getting back into that. Them yachts got really affordable lately, says Vitaly. Yachts are very affordable, especially when your companies are making billions of dollars. That's for sure. If I won the lottery, I don't think I would buy a yacht even then. I mean, I guess a yacht probably costs millions of dollars. It probably wouldn't make sense to in that case, but how's the oxygen, by the way? Looking really good. What's in here? Excuse me? Okay, nothing. That caught me off guard. The vacuum showing as red. Follows are free, chat, says Viberta. Yes, follow if you're on Twitch, please. That would mean so much to me. There's 13 of you here on Twitch, 38 here on YouTube. If you guys are not followed or subscribed, please hit the follow or subscribe button. I live stream multiple times a week, and I also have Ani videos on YouTube if you are on the Twitch side. I do Ani gameplay and try to teach new players how to play the game. So that's what my channel primarily focuses on. And if you're on the YouTube side, please hit the like button. That would mean so much. Vibrator says the factory must grow. The channel must grow also, chat. The channel must grow. Hitting that like button is how the channel grows. So please, if you're on YouTube, smash the like for me. I'm gonna say in chat now, I couldn't resist. It says, hey, thank you so much, T Ghana 999 for the follow. Appreciate that. Fitz says, well, I think I'll go. I just hit my head on the wall. Yeah, I would say it's time. Get some rest, Fitz. See you on the next stream. Like I said, excited to play Factorio again on Sunday, and we'll get the atomic bomb, and that'll be really cool. Okay, we got Stella. That decreased construction. That's okay. Let's build some boosters. I'm pretty sure we can give these guys some. So we'll do suit training. The same thing here. We got some improved gears, processing, and athletics. Yeah, we'll do that. I gotta build more boosters. Not enough boosters here. Gizmo, get him all that stuff. So another booster here. Okay. I just want to make them extremely fast for now and give them strength, because I am doing I'm doing more building now than I am digging, so I don't think digging is... Actually, ranching would be good too. But the problem with ranching is they would have to go in the water without an atmo suit, so I'm not going to make them do that. So let's do tidying so they get some strength. What else could that... Like, this is a really good one. Suit sustaining, it gives them a huge athletic rating. What's this? Science. Don't really care about the science. Actually, this would be a good one. Electrical engineering would be a good one. Crop tending, extreme digging. Always good to have one extreme digging. And a swimming boosters, a couple swimming boosters. And eco power banks. I guess maybe I'll do a couple more of those. Connor No Legs McGregor got 2 yachts. Well, he's had his head smashed in enough times that he probably deserves it. But yeah, no leg. Yeah, both of his legs are gone now. It's not a good time to be Conor McGregor with legs. That's for sure. Why don't I have any more pin pockets? I feel like I should have. Yeah, I guess my duplicates are just not able to get to here. Oh, it's unreachable. Well, there you go, chat. That's why that would happen. Why are we unreachable here? Probably because they have no way to get down in this way. Okay, so let's do this. Let's just dig this out. I don't need this here anymore, these caverns. And then they can just swim over. Actually, let's build some ladders here as well. Okay. Oh, are these ladders going to melt? When do these ladders melt? I forgot what the melting temperature is. Oh, 159. Yeah, that's fine. I thought for some reason it was in near the single digits, which obviously would not be good given that it's like 80 degrees down here. By the way, we have stopped a little bit. The Mucin can be emptied now. So I should have a proper liquid lock here, and I can vacuum this area out. Stop the heat. I got something in my eye. I think it's a eyelash or something. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Kevin is here. Says good night, Fitz. Like and subscribe. Says yeah, YouTube and Twitch. You should remember me. I will remember you. Like I cannot forget from now on. Now that I know who you are on both, Retro Spirit and like and subscribe. Yeah, your username is very it's very good. I love the usernames like that. Like you got Vibrator, like and subscribe. You know, these type of, they're very creative. I like it. Tigana says, I found you on YouTube for the first time earlier today, actually, and then I found you again when I opened Twitch this evening when looking for something to watch. The all-knowing algorithm must be trying to tell me something. Thank you so much for the follow. That means so much to me. I'm glad that you've been enjoying the videos. Are you a newish Oni player, Tigana, or are you just looking for some Oni content to watch? Because I have a lot of, as you know, on YouTube, I do a lot of videos on helping new players. So if you're looking for something in particular, I would be more than happy to take suggestions for videos. I have one coming up on plastic. That's going to be the next video that focuses on the tubulas, and I'm going to do a comparison to Drecos and the polymer press. So it'll be like a whole 2026 plastic video on how to use all these different things. With his money, he can hire a few slaves to carry him around too. Well, I mean, I don't know if Conor McGregor. Wait, what are we sucking up here? Oh no, I got carbon dioxide here now. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, chat. I should have been more aware of what was going on here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's eventually going to get sucked out. It's not a whole lot of carbon dioxide, I'm sure. And it'll just damage the equipment, and then I'll have to replace. Yeah, it's only it's 360 kilograms. That's not a lot. It's fine. Not as much as the. It might not even make it actually, because it'll stay at the bottom. Yeah, it's probably okay. These things can't even reach it. But yeah, it's my bad. I should have realized that this is going to eventually suck up something other than natural gas. Things happen, and we deal with the consequences as a result. My abyssalite biome spawned with 0 squid? No way. Is that even possible? That must be a glitch, right? How do you spawn with 0 squid? Like, look how big this thing is. I have more squids than I know what to do with them. Like, these things would slaughter my duplicates if they came by. I hope they don't. They better not slaughter them. But yeah, that's insane. 0 squid, huh? I'm really bad with plastic and oil. Says like and subscribe. Well, you know what? Like I do have a plastic video on YouTube. I'm not sure how relevant. Like, my new plastic video is going to be a lot more comprehensive than the Dreco one that I made. Like there's one plastic video that I made showing off how to do a very simple Dreco ranch, which is actually quite powerful. You know, like, as opposed to having 0 plastic production. It's basically just a regular box. Actually, if you watch my Over-Explained series, or if you just skim through it, I have a Dreco wrench that's literally just a square box with some hydrogen in it. That produces ample amounts of plastic for, like, you have to start that early though, right? The plastics production is very slow, but if you get it started early on and you let the plastic accumulate, you're going to have more than enough plastic that you'll ever know what to do with, as long as you keep it going for the entire playthrough. Okay, this thing should be done pretty soon here. Let's put this up on higher priority, and it will give some of these bionic duplicates the mechatronics and the swimming boosters and stuff like that. So swimming, mechatronics, tidy. I'm not. Well, I can only give them one. Actually, I can upgrade Stella. What am I talking about? Okay, so retro spirit will give the swimming, mechatronics, engineering, and what else? Who else do I have that's a bionic? Like and subscribe. There it is. So 3. So we'll give you all this and then all this stuff. Okay, cool. I'll sort that out later. I just wanted them to be semi-useful for the time being. And by the way, I feel like they should be allowed to go this way now. So I'll give all bionic duplicates the ability to go out this way. Hopefully they don't get stuck. All right, cool. Okay, just a second, chat. Just gonna go away for a quick second here. If you over-engineer and packet filter your glasses for storage, you don't have that problem. Just saying. You are indeed correct, Kevin. I have to deal with the consequences now of my neglect to to do that. Okay, we'll make some more. I could just put this on infinite, I suppose, but let's. I have coal again. I don't know where I got the coal, but that's fine. That's fine by me. I must have gotten access to an area that I didn't have access to temporarily. Okay, so can they get to here now? Yes, they can get to the pin pockets, right? Yes. Actually, let's keep digging here and opening this up because I don't need. I guess I have to relocate this pump again. Let me just put it down here before it becomes an issue. Get some more power down here. Okay, we're doing good with the power situation. I guess we're gonna build some ladders as well. What can I build this out of? That's going to be easy. We'll go across here and we'll dig out all of this nonsense as well. So put this on dig and then dig all this out. Speaking of food chat, my stomach is just gargling. I am hungry. I need something to eat. Let's build some ladders here and we'll dig all this out eventually as well. And we'll just box all this in. We'll probably make this a little bit... you know what we'll do? We'll take this out and we'll do something like this to increase the size of this pool. And then I don't have to worry about it for as long as I do. And then we'll put that over there, put that in there, and block everything off. Block all the heat. Kind of like that. A mechanical filter would do the job. Yes, it would. It would. I was just neglecting. So this was a lot of natural gas at some point, right? And then what ended up happening is I switched my natural gas pumping to these small chambers, which obviously work a lot better and more efficient. But I forgot to take this OG pump out, and then therefore carbon dioxide got into here. Now, it's not that big of a deal. Not as much as I thought so anyway, because the natural gas pumps can't get to it anyway. So as long as I maintain pressure of natural gas, this package should never move up another layer at all. Even if it does, it's whatever. I mean, these will take damage and I'll have to repair it. It's just a consequence of like it's not like the bathrooms, which would literally go offline if there was an issue, like with the gunk or whatever, where you have to unplug them and it takes a long time. These ones they just take damage and you have to repair them. By the way, I'm gonna vacuum this out as well. It's a little bit over optimization, I think, but I want to stop the heat transfer from happening. So I feel like that's a cool little touch that we can do. Oh, that's the wrong. That is the wrong filter. And then let's make sure we have power. And that will prevent heat transfer in this from here to here. Not that it's like it really matters, but yeah, I got like that. Okay, so Tigana says I played for a bit back in early access, didn't play for years, picked it up again a few weeks ago. It's been all consuming for a bit. I've been watching tutorials and gameplay here and there, made it out to the starting biome and all the way to the oil for the first time, very good. But I've had to restart a few times. The latest was neglecting my CO2 while I was messing around at the bottom of the map. So yeah, that seems like a... So here's my best advice for someone who is relearning the game or learning the game for the first time. And that is, if you are restarting, restart on the same asteroid if you aren't doing that. I know not everyone... like everyone wants to see something new or this and that, but if you are just trying to learn the mechanics, restarting on the same asteroid has a lot of benefits because you already know, like, let's say you discover a geyser way up here. So you already know that geyser's there. So you can immediately dig to it instead of having to search blindly for it, right? Now, granted, the asteroids aren't that big, so you usually get something within the vicinity of your starting biome anyways, if you're playing on the spaced out. This is a spaced out classic map. So you'll usually find something, but for instance, I didn't find the source of water. Like if this was an aqua planet, I wouldn't have found the source of water until I got all the way to here, which is a really far way to dig if you're playing on like a Terra asteroid. So that's my biggest advice if you don't mind starting over and over on the same asteroid. That always helped me out. So just an FYI if you are restarting quite a bit. I like that you build organically. I always end up boxing my base and regretting it when I reach the sandbox. Yeah, Tossing Frogs. By the way, welcome to the stream, Tossing Frogs. I like your username. Yes, I do just kind of build. I like to plan things out to an extent, but I also like to build kind of wherever, and that's kind of what makes each base or each colony rather look unique in my way, right? So there's some things that I usually don't change that I'm kind of stuck in my ways on, and that's the bedrooms, and I just want to get them plopped down for the morale boost. But the rooms all look the same usually, but yeah, I kind of try to be as organic as possible. Vitaly says K in reference to the mechanical filter. Did I answer that one fully? I hope I did. I know something came up, but yeah, mechanical filter would do the job. I just neglected it. Stringer says, "Are you winning, son? I just finished my dinner." Oh, by the way, Stringer, I saw your dinner that you posted the other night. That looked delicious. Thank you for posting that in the Discord. Sophie Cunningham, any female if possible. Who is Sophie Cunningham? Montezuma. Yes, I will definitely rename. I think I have a female available. Just curious as who she is. Okay, she is a Fever guard for American basketball, professional basketball player for the Indiana Fever. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I like the WNBA. I actually follow it. I just don't know who Sophie Cunningham is. So we will have a Sophie Cunningham duplicate. I like watching highlights, but I just don't know a lot of the players. Obviously, I know Caitlin Clark and some of the like I reckon I don't know them off the top of my head, but if you said their name, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's that person. So Minnow can be Sophie Cunningham. Let's see if I can fit her name in. Oh, I can. Perfect. There you go, Montezuma. Thank you so much for the suggestion. WNBA star, says Vitaly. For the Indiana Fever. After Kitty mentioned no one posting pics in the food channel, I decided to all my cooked meals in there. Thank you, Vitaly. Yeah, I mean, it's not everyone's first thought, right? Even me, I will admit that I've been forgetting to post my meals in there. I should have posted it today. Because, oh, what's going on here? Irrigation? Why do we not have water? What? Oh, wait a minute. What? What's going on here? Somebody's stuck, I think. Somebody's at max stress? Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's not... I just saw that pop up and I was like, why do we have no... What is going on here? This shouldn't be causing a problem. Oh, that's why. This is not done. All right, well, let's put that on 9. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is not how the mechanic works. It should just go all the way over and fill everything in, but... Anyways, body temperature. It's too hot. Out of all things, it's too hot. Well, that's nothing I can do about that. This is just gonna have to stop. There we go. We'll just cut that for now. It'll eventually cool down, but it's gonna take a minute. 90 degrees. I forgot that the tolerance is a lot lower for the pin pockets. What's the best industrial power block for a base? Would it be better to have separate blocks spread across the asteroid? So, Mux Super, welcome to the stream. The best industrial power block, like, are you talking about power production? I always like to have everything. So this is obviously a different style of playthrough. The Aquatic DLC has a lot of free power that you get from tidal turbines. But if you are focused solely on having all of your power production in one area, which is what I would do, because you can concentrate and heat everything in one location instead of having like a lot of heat, for instance, or like I do with my natural gas generators over here. This is eventually going to heat this up, right? Versus here, it's climate controlled. This is very cold. I should move it in there. The best way to do it, in my opinion, is to throw everything into one building. And the best source of power by far is petroleum, in my opinion. It really depends on if you have a lot of natural gas geysers. You might be able to make an argument that that's better. Same thing with hydrogen. But in general, petroleum is like literally 2 times as good as natural gas, right? Because if you geotune it, like this is 800 watts each. Petroleum can be, I think it's 2,000. Let me check. So this produces 2,000. So if you geotune it, I believe it's 3,000. So it's just an insane amount of power. And then you can have like a petroleum boiler as well and make free petroleum without any duplicates or without losing anything to the oil refinery. So oil refinery, if you guys don't know, it's 50% conversion ratio. So 10 kilograms of crude oil. Hey, thank you, Mux, for the subscription on YouTube. Appreciate that. It's 10 kilograms of crude oil, makes 5 kilograms of petroleum. So it's not a 100% conversion. Petroleum boilers 100%. So just an FYI, it's a very, very good way. So does that kind of answer your question? Let me know if I maybe answered it incorrectly or wrong. That makes sense. Thanks. I do like to mix the seed up, but scouting the map online before I play, definitely helpful to know what to expect. Yes, so exactly. So if you are scouting it online on mapsnotincluded.org, or if you are just replaying the same one over and over, both of them are going to be more than adequate for helping you progress. Because the way I learned to play, everyone learns differently, right? But the way I learned is I would take an asteroid. Obviously, this is before Maps Not Included, or before I knew it existed, rather. I would start an asteroid, and I would be like, okay, I got to steal for the first time, but I have so many other problems in my base that it's not worth fixing. Let me restart on the same asteroid and go and get steel. Now, the next time I get steel on the same asteroid, I've already progressed a lot faster to steel, so I have more time to find more geysers and then play around with them as well. So that's really what I'm trying to convey in that sense, is if you are playing the same, or if you know what to expect on an asteroid, you can it'll help you progress, and therefore it'll help you learn. Because if you're not progressing to new stages in the game, you're never learning about the new mechanics, right? So that's kind of why I try to drill that to new people if they're learning the game. Now, I think a good way to regulate this temperature in here would be just to send this polluted brine and put a radiant liquid pipe in here, because ultimately all this brine is the perfect temperature for the pin pockets and for the tubulas. This is just water that I was putting in here from the geyser just to kind of fill this area up. It was a conveniently hot liquid. But now that these guys are overheating, and so is this one, it's about to overheat, I really think that this is the optimal solution, is just to run this through like that, and then loop it back into here. Yeah, just loop it back into here, basically, and let's see. Let's do this. Let's bring this in like that. Like that. And then we'll switch this to radiance or something. I don't know. We'll do something like that. Let's put that on 9. And I believe long-term, this is going to be more than useful or adequate for our temperature control in here. Particularly because our polluted brine kind of loses a lot of heat as it comes up here anyway. Like, it starts out at 64 degrees inside this massive tank, and even though it's an insulated pipe, by the time it gets up here, it's 56 degrees. So it's about a 10-degree difference, even if I was carrying it right from the geyser, which is 95 degrees, I believe. Where's the geyser? It kind of blends in. Yeah, it's 95 degrees. I believe it would still lose at least 10 degrees, and I can always cool it on the way up there as well. Like, I could always do a heat exchange at some point. Google Sophie Cunningham points, says Vitali. Okay, I will do that. She memes hard. I like memes. Memes are the greatest thing ever, chat. Like, memes. So on the season, Cunningham's averaging 9.4 points, 2.3 rebounds, and 1.2 assists per game, but she has stepped up when Indiana needs it the most, is what Google is saying. So, you know, I mean, she's a starter, right? So she's a good player, I would imagine. 22 minutes per game. I think that's pretty good. Like, I don't know a lot about WNBA, but like I said, I try to follow it, and I do watch the highlights, but I'm not sure how it differs from the regular NBA. What's your opinion on infinite storage? I use them all the time. So here's my opinion on the game in general, and like that, this is pertaining to infinite storage, liquid locks, whatever that you might consider to be like quote unquote cheating or you know, manipulation of the game mechanics or whatever. Do I want Stella? I mean, how's my oxygen looking? I think it's, you know what, let's not take Stella for now. I don't want to take the voles either. They're gonna eat stuff. I know you guys like the voles, but I just don't want to deal with them right now. My opinion is that as a single player game, and that's highly moddable, and you should customize it and play it exactly the way you want, and you should not be influenced by what other people think of your way of having fun. So my way of having fun is to hoard materials and storage, like for instance, storing almost 2,000 kilograms of chlorine gas per packet in this area. Same thing with the natural gas in here. That's how I have fun. I like to hoard materials. I like to hoard food, so I have an infinite food storage. You know, it's the typical way of hoarding things, basically. Do I have an infinite water storage anywhere on this asteroid? I don't think I do. I haven't found a need to make one yet, given that I have literally water everywhere. But usually I have an infinite liquid storage for every single liquid in the game. So I'll have one for oil, petroleum, gunk, water, salt water, brine, etc. And I love doing that. I think it's a great way to play. It saves a lot of space. It makes your asteroid look a lot cooler, in my opinion, to have everything contained and in one little location. And it allows the geysers to constantly produce more substances or resources. So if you do have a spike in production, let's say if you have a lot of duplicants, and if you only have 1 or 2 reliable sources of water that you're using for oxygen, you have all that water in the bank already, right? So you don't have to immediately increase production. You have some time to use up your buffer, if you will. So I love infinite storages, whether it's gas, liquid, or solid. And I believe that if you don't like them, then you shouldn't use them. And if you do like them, you should use them, regardless of what people say online. I know sometimes Reddit gets into the discussion of, oh, is this cheating or not? Which is it's a fine discussion to have, completely valid. But I think with regards to whether it's cheating or not, or manipulation, it's the same thing with liquid locks. Like, some people argue that liquid locks are not part of the game. And if it were part of the game, then you know, Clay would have installed it in a way where you don't have to drop water and stack it on top of each other or whatever. Which is, again, sure, that's a fine argument to make. I don't completely disagree, but you know, since this mechanic is in the game and hasn't been like patched out, I would assume that they're happy with people using that. Engineer Tune, Geotune is for geysers and volcanoes. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay. So it's not the same thing. Look for points. Oh, okay. Sorry, Vitali. Points finger. Oh, it's this. I remember this. Yeah, that's a good meme. Yeah, I got you. I saw that one on it the other day. I didn't know that was Sophie Cunningham. I just knew that was the WNBA player. What is going on here? Irrigation again. Oh, this is okay. Now it's actually done. That was my bad. All right, cool. That's a great meme, Vitaly. Thank you for clarifying. But people want to play their single-player game my way. Well, you know what? People just have to get over it. Like I said, it's literally a single-player game. So if people have issues with how other people play, then they need to, you know, have other things to worry about. I think if that's what you're worried about, I think you have probably things either figured out so well that that's what you've become to consider to be a problem, or that maybe you don't have your priorities straight. But yeah, anyways, that's my whole thought on that. Is to play how you want to play. Play how it's fun for you. And don't be influenced by you know, people saying otherwise. So Lincoln, like and subscribe, says, I tried to play... by the way, the reason I keep mispronouncing your name, and I have to keep reminding myself that it's like and subscribe, is because I keep thinking of the Pokemon Lincoln Rock. So I've been playing Pokemon Champions recently, and I don't think... it just... the start of your name reminds me so much of that dog. That's all. So anyways... I'll get it eventually. Like I butcher everybody's name, okay? When they first come into the street, or when they haven't been around for a while, or whatever the case, I always butcher the name. So that's just how it's a ritual that we go through here. So, anyways, like and subscribe says, hey, thank you so much for the Prime sub, Tossing Frogs. Thank you so much. I don't know why it's not appeared. There it is. Okay, so it took a minute to appear. Guys, W's in the W's in the chat for Tossing Frogs. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Super grateful for your support. Thank you. So, sorry, let me try again for the like and subscribe. I tried to do a liquid lock before, and it's such a Pavlov for so little. So yes, there's different ways that you can use it to make it more beneficial. This type of liquid lock is obviously the most... Oh, wait, right. Just dig yourself out. This type of liquid lock is obviously the most preferred in the sense that your duplicates don't have to go through a pit or whatever. I would not recommend this on a regular playthrough unless you had Muchin available. Muchin kind of makes it super easy. But if you are on a regular playthrough, just making a pit liquid lock, like if you watch I have a video on liquid locks, by the way. A pit liquid lock, I don't want my duplicates to start building this, so let me just go over here. If you make a liquid lock that... it's not going my way. That looks like this. Like, let's say this is your base here. And if you do something that looks like this... This is how I like to do my liquid locks usually, where you have your main floor here, and then you fill this with liquid. And it's a very robust liquid lock. It never breaks. I mean, it can break, but very, very rarely would it break. Liquid locks are really good to prevent heat transfer, though. So in this situation, I have a cold biome and a hot biome that I don't want the gases to be mixing. So I have 2 blocks of Muchin on both sides, and I vacuum out the middle. So this prevents heat transfer. It doesn't prevent it 100% because these tiles still carry a little bit of heat, like very minuscule amounts, but this prevents a lot of heat transfer here. Otherwise, if I only had one liquid, this liquid itself would heat or cool the separate biomes. So anyways, I like using liquid locks. I know some people don't. Some people prefer to use the Airlock Door mod. That's their thing. and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so this should eventually cool itself. At 86 degrees, 91. I mean, the water's flowing so slow that it might not cool quick enough. But anyways, at least I have some production happening here versus before I had 0. So as long as I can maintain that temperature, if all these pin pockets start to become overheated, I might do something more aggressive with the cooling here. And after it balances out, it'll be fine. The reason why we had so much heat is because I pumped in 90-degree salt water from here. So she had a hype moment pointing her finger at the other girl in the basketball court, making her angry. It got viral as well. I saw that. I saw that on Reddit. That was a good. It was a fun clip. Oh, I just canceled all that. So I watch. I watch this guy on YouTube. His YouTube channel's Awful Coaching, and he sometimes does the WNBA coverage. Hey, thank you so much for becoming a member on YouTube. Let's see. Oh, that's Kitty Cats. Sorry. Kitty Cats with the 5 gifted. I always see the wrong pop-up happen, and I always call it out the wrong way. So Kitty Cats just dropped 5 gifted memberships on YouTube. Thank you so much, Kitty Cats, for coming by and for supporting the stream. I'm super, super grateful for you, your support. And tossing frogs tonight as well. So lots of support tonight. Thank you so much, chat. You guys are awesome. Yeah, so I watch this guy on YouTube called Awful Coaching, and he does a sort of basketball. Like, he does a lot of good breakdown of basketball, but sometimes he does rant videos, which can be quite funny. Not all the time, but that's where I get a lot of my basketball news from, how things are going, is from that dude. So she came to the UFC and asked Dana White to be a ring girl. Oh, I saw that too. I saw that. That was a good one. Good times. Now that you've gotten pretty far in Factorial, we're watching my current Factorial. Oh, that's a good point, Stringer. So yeah, there's not a whole lot that I can be ruined with regards to learning now that I've gotten basically to endgame in Factorial. So yes, I will go back and I will watch your series. Probably I'll probably start tomorrow at work because I might not have a lot to do at work. And chat, just so you guys know, we do play Factorio once a week. Stringer207 on YouTube plays Factorio as well. So go check out his channel and Factorio playthroughs. He is way better than I am. So I've been neglecting watching his videos because I wanted to learn the game on the live stream and not just get like the answers to how to do everything the best way possible. But now that I've gotten to the end game, I believe it's time to indulge in the proper the proper methods of how to play. So yes, just check out Stringer207. Lincoln Rock is a good boy. I don't remember saying that. I believe your vid is where I learned a bit from. I got a lot of info from the over-explained. It's awesome. That's good to hear. That is amazing. I love when I get feedback like you. So thank you so much for the feedback. Kevin says, I don't think anyone argues liquid locks aren't part of the game. There is Viscogel. So Kevin, you'd be surprised. On Reddit, people do argue that liquid locks should not be part of the game. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But that has been an argument before on Reddit. Kitty Cats with the mush bar. I'm just getting to this in the chat now. I don't know if there's anyone here who received the membership today, but if you are here, please thank Kitty Cats for her very generous support. I don't recognize these names to be here today, but if you are here, please give her a thanks in the chat. Yes, I always do that. For some reason, Stream Elements, or Streamlabs rather, I think I use Streamlabs, always shows like this person has subscribed, and I'll be like, oh, I've never seen this person in my life, thank you so much. And then I'll check my phone has the YouTube app open, and that's where it'll say Kitty Cats has gifted. So I always do that. I apologize for that, but yes, I always try to make sure I go back and get the right information. But again, thank you so much. Look, it's me with the emojis. Thank you so much. Kitty's money bag always coming in, tossing gifted subs like walking across the stage with a stack of cash. It's like that meme with the who's that guy who does that meme where the cash is just flying all over the place? I don't know. I'm sure you guys, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Stringer says I'm playing Space Stage, so you might want to stop watching like around episode 12. That's when I start doing space stuff. So if you don't want spoilers, that's where to stop. Maybe up to you. Okay, no problem. Well, Space Stage, we're gonna play that together anyway. So I'm probably gonna learn a lot from you in that sense. Oh no, this is not good. Let's just build this over, I guess. Okay, so do I have refined carbon coming in here? What's going on? What is going on with the refined carbon? Oh, I'm not picking it up. That would probably help. Right now, everything's being hand-delivered. Oh, and there's no power here either. Well, that would help, chat, if I added some power. It's been fun watching your first run at Factorio. Your base does not look like a newbie base. Well, thank you so much, Vibrator, but don't forget that the chat has helped me a lot. And not to mention, I also like to have things relatively organized. So even though my first couple episodes, like you remember I had everything really tight together in a very small factory that I couldn't expand very easily. That to me was like a very newbie base, or sorry, I keep calling it a base, a very newbie factory. And so I quickly changed that once I started to realize that the best way to play Factorio is just to overproduce everything, because if you overproduce everything, your conveyor belts will eventually stop you from producing and wasting materials anyways. So I'd rather, like it's the same thing with Ani. I'd much rather overproduce and have a buffer ready than to do exact ratios. Now, I understand why exact rate, like in a factory game, specifically, that's like one of the big things to optimize is your ratio. So I get that part, that I'll have to work on that at some point, but I'm quite comfortable and quite happy with how it's turned out. But again, I can't take all the credit. I mean, I do take a lot of the credit. I mean, I'm the one who was playing, right? So I don't want to be modest about it, but the chat has helped me a lot, and I believe I would be not where I am. This is not a good idea. I don't know what I'm doing here. This guy's angry as hell. He's gonna slaughter my duplicates. So I can't take, like I said, I can't take all the credit, but I do appreciate your compliments. By the way, the temperature is going down now. It's 88. Sorry, 87. Yeah, it's gotten a little bit cooler around this area. This is still taking a long time to circulate. It actually might be better to have this circulating, maybe dumping it into something, and then how do I want to do that? Maybe an infinite storage here, and then have it just circulate, and it'll cool it down very quickly. Well, how's the by the way, why do I have eco power banks empty? Oh, because I don't have enough chargers. Okay. How much diamond do I have now? I have 12 tons. Okay, so my diamond is going up. So I am making, what's it called? Well, I have to crush these, right? To process them? Yes, so we're gonna crush these, and that's going to make us diamond. So that is perfect. Put that on infinite. Can I crush them in here? Does it have to go in the rock crusher, or can I do it here? No, it has to go in the rock crusher. Okay, I have no steel now. Iron, I have no iron available. Okay, so this should be prioritized a little bit. Let's put that on 50. Keep that going. Oh, I have no power to this either. That's kind of silly, isn't it? And then I should have refined carbon headed in here. Why isn't this not... Oh. Refined carbon. I did not click it, apparently. Okay, there we go. Now, this is going to heat up the base a little bit. I really hope that it cools down in here, because it's going to be quite hot. So it should cool down pretty quickly. If not, I might have to rerun it in a different direction. 67 degrees. Not too happy about that. That's pretty hot. I think it might be better to go around, to be honest, chat. So maybe I'll start doing that, you know? By the way, we're almost 3 hours in the stream, so I might have to call it here soon. But yeah, let's provision this for now to go around here instead of going through the base. I do not like that at all. It seems like it's... Hey, thank you for the... Oh my goodness. Kitty Cats with the 5 subs to gifted viewers. Thank you so much, Kitty Cats, for the gifts on Twitch. Chat, if you guys got a gifted sub on Twitch, please thank Kitty Cats in the chat. That is so generous of her to come by and support the stream. Every you know, like I'm very grateful for that. So thank you so much, Kitty Cats. Sorry, chat, I missed a whole bunch of stuff here. I've been lost in my own thoughts. Kitty Cats, that's okay. On Twitch it pops up correctly, the alert. So the colorful parallax parallel in the background under the water needs glass backwall tiles and a super big statues. It's the underwater. Is it this one? This one? You wanted me to put tiles on there? Which one? The glass? You're saying glass backwall tiles. So like this? How would that look? Let me do a sample size. Vibrator with the Kitty Cats emoji. Relatively organized. Spaghetti period was very brief. Hey, what's up, Feverish? What are your vacuum doors? It's a mod. It's called Airlock Door. Insulated Airlock Door. It's a mod. It's been very helpful, almost overwhelmingly helpful. Thank you so much, Vibrator. Tell me I'm the greatest. 2027. Yeah, go from being the opposite. Yeah. It's a double negative. You do have iron available. Yeah, I don't know where. I did say that, didn't I? But anyways, I should have a whole bunch started now. I'm working on another series that's incredibly casual. I'm playing RuneScape. Oh, that's so cool. Dragon Wilds with one of my friends. I made one episode a week that will come out probably Saturdays. That looks like a fun game. I love RuneScape. I love old school RuneScape. I was wondering what the purpose of the angry poke shells in the pit is. So I have 2 pits. I have this one serves no purpose in here. Where is it? Yeah, it's this one. This guy just gets angry when he lays an egg. So here's the little pokey shell hatch, or pokey shell spawn, rather. The egg has already hatched. The purpose of this, with all these angry pokey shells, is when a duplicant pees their pants in the base and makes a mess, we throw them in here. So this is like the pokey shell dungeon to prevent duplicants from peeing themselves. And so Tigana says, thank you so much, Kitty Cats, for the sub. Vibrator with the emojis. Feeling sleepy, good night. Vitaly, I'm about to head out as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate your you coming by so regularly. It's so nice to see you when you're here. Like and subscribe says, Pokeshells are there to provide a tribute of suffering to their almighty god, Ethan. Exactly, yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to. This is a deterrence, you know? So duplicants don't pee themselves. And yeah, chat, so just an FYI, I am going to be leaving in about 15 minutes as well. I gotta get some sleep because I've been... I actually had a nap before I came on today. I've been super duper sleepy. I did have a little bit of coffee, but, you know, I need to get some rest for tomorrow and gotta go to work. It's unfortunate. I didn't win the lottery. Thank you so much, Kitty Cats, for the Sibaveska and the moral support. Appreciate that. One day when I win the lottery, I'll be a full-time streamer. But in the meantime, fortunately, sleep comes first. So we'll dig this in here. So yeah, in about 10 minutes or so at this point, we'll do a 3-hour stream. No sleep, only stream. So in about 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to have some time off, and I'm going to stream a lot more. Do we have any unnamed duplicates? Ask Kitty Cats. Yes, we do. So we have. Okay, well, we have Trivaldo, but he kind of has to stay. We have Meep. We have Gizmo, and we have Stella. Now, I don't mind renaming somebody who's been, like if you would like to take any of the unnamed ones, or let's see, who else do we have? Yeah, I guess that's the only 3. Like and subscribe since I don't need 2 dupes. So we could. So let's say we have like and subscribe. I actually like that name. So let's keep like and subscribe, and then Spirit Retro can be renamed as well. Then. Oh, sorry, I missed Kevin. Plausible deniability, dupe murder. This is what Pokeshelves are for. Do you think that bionic duplicates would fare well against these guys? Like, they are robots, right? They should be a lot better. So if we have a Gizmo situation, I wonder if he would survive in here. Kitty Cat says pick a dupe for Vitaly. Vitaly, are you still here? Kitty Cat is asking you to pick a dupe, but I think Vitaly might be gone, unfortunately. No sleep, only stream. They take over Spirit Retro. Did you pencil in scheduling viewing a Lord of the Rings? Yes, I will be watching it. It's not penciled into a date yet. So like I said, I have some time coming up that I'll be off. I will definitely be watching. So Vitaly gets a dupe. Okay, let's do it. Does it matter which one? Like, honestly, I think Vitaly looks like... this is Eduardo. Spirit Retro says we can have his name. This is what Vitaly looks like in my head. There we go. Unless if you want to change it, Kitty Cats, by all means, but I went with Eduardo for the time being. So I will be watching. So here's the thing, Stringer. I've been meaning to watch Lord of the Rings for years now. I just been putting it off because I am the master of procrastination. So the fact that you guys would want to see me watch it on, like, you have a little hangout party while we watch it, I'd be more than happy to do that. Even if only like a couple people show up, that'd be a lot of fun. So I will 100% do it. Okay, so it's up to Vitaly. Okay, got it. So when Vitaly comes back next stream, I'll make sure that he's okay with Eduardo. But I think he is gone for tonight. Unfortunately, he literally just left. But it's kind of interesting. He usually leaves at the same time as I'm ready to leave. Excuse me, chat. So it's kind of funny how it's usually exactly my stream schedule. When Vitaly signs off before I do, I always check the clock and I'm like, oh yeah, I've been live. It's 11 o'clock now where I am. It's probably time to go. So it's like an alarm clock going off. Ethan still doesn't know what the Odyssey was, unless he dumped all his school memories. Schools are failing his teaching literature. So I never read the Odyssey in school. And I explained to you guys this before. My only knowledge of mythology is that Kratos kills the Pantheon, and and that he also kills all the what's it called? What gods did he go to? The Norse realm gods. Well, not all of them, I suppose. He didn't kill Freya, and his allies. This time, he didn't kill his allies. Crimson Riots says, nice work. Thank you so much, Crimson Riots. Yeah, so here's the thing, chat. Let's kind of wrap up the stream here. I'll spend a couple minutes talking to you guys, and this will be it for the gameplay portion. Just want to give myself some plugs. If you are here and you have not hit the like button, that means a lot to me. So please hit the like. If you are here on Twitch, lots of Twitch viewers tonight, please hit the follow button for more Ani. I'm back Friday evening. Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, probably. I'll be back 8 to 8:30ish. I'll be back for more Oxygen Not Included. I'm gonna definitely have a much better sleep before I start that stream, unlike today. So hopefully, actually, today's progress was pretty good. I feel like I was on top. I feel like I've been focusing a lot better on gaming lately. Like, if you guys have been with me for a long time now on YouTube here on my streams, you know that I would often get very distracted and make very little progress in the game. And it used to be a huge deterrent to like making progress in my colonies. I feel like lately it's been a lot better where I've been able to talk to you guys a lot more and also stay on topic of what I want to be doing in the game itself. So I'm improving as a streamer, chat. We're getting better. So that's been a lot. It's been a lot of it's been exciting to recognize that and to sort of not have to rely on like, okay, so what I would do, you know, this is kind of the end of the stream, so I'm going to tell you guys the story. But what I would do before on my early playthroughs on live stream is I would do a lot of stuff offline that required like planning and stuff like that. Like I would pre-build like buildings and stuff, and then I would start to stream, and my duplicates would do all these builds for like an hour or so, and then I would just kind of like lose track of what I was doing because I was talking to the chat. Right now, I'm able to. This is so funny to explain, but now I'm able to like talk to the chat consistently to the point where my mouth gets tired and keep focused on the gameplay. So it's been a lot of fun going through that. But anyways, the Odyssey isn't mythology, it's taught as literature. Okay, so yeah, I was not taught the Odyssey. The Odyssey seems like something that I would be interested in if I was taught it. Like I'm very much interested in the God of War lore and the backstory of Kratos and the whole Greek mythology and Norse mythology as it pertains to Kratos' existence. So I feel like something like the Odyssey I would have enjoyed if I was taught it in school. But maybe it's not a Canadian thing that they teach. I don't know. So T. Ghana says, is it common to read the Odyssey in school? I was a Percy Jackson but never had to read anything Greek for school. Yeah, see, I don't know. Maybe I took the wrong class. Like I took college level English class in school. So maybe they didn't teach it in the college level. It is like in Ontario, you can do university level English, you can do college level, or you can do there's one that like it's just like the bare bones, and I forgot what that's called though. There's another variation, I believe. But anyways, there's like 3 different levels of courses that you can take, and they each determine like what you want to do as a career. Like obviously, if you want to be a teacher, for instance, you have to take the university level English course. If you want to be an electrician, you can take the college level, but then you have to take like physics kind of thing, you know? So maybe it's because I took college level English that it didn't teach it. I don't know. But I can guarantee you I did not read the Odyssey or learn about the Odyssey. New emotes for gifting. What emotes are those? Are those my emotes? Or are they for like the Twitch general gifting emotes? I'll have to add some more emotes. I've been meaning to add some duplicate emotes to the stream. So you know what? Let me write that down because you guys deserve some emotes. You guys are always coming by to support me, and I need to make so duplicate emotes. I'm gonna work on those tomorrow. Yeah, you guys deserve some more emotes because of all of your support. Kitty Cat says next dupe will be you, Kevin. I can only claim 1 per stream. Well, I've been giving them out on the YouTube side as well, Kitty Cats, because I kind of feel bad for locking it behind the Twitch side. I know it's like I know it's a Twitch feature. I wish it was a YouTube feature as well. So if you claim one on YouTube, as long as we have people available to rename, I will grant it either way. Like I said, I kind of wish that YouTube just did that automatically, but I feel kind of bad for people who want to be part of the fun but are not on Twitch. I didn't know you were Canadian too. I'm from BC. Had a couple English streams, but they were 90% Shakespeare. Yes, I do remember Shakespeare. We learned Shakespeare. Not a whole lot though. Like I remember in English class we did a lot of debates in grade 12, which I thought was very helpful in my development to, especially to the job that I have now, where you're kind of not debating people, but you're kind of always at odds with other trades or supervisors and things like that. And a lot of the skills that I have for making a point or an argument as to why I think a certain project should be done a certain way, I think a lot of that comes from grade 12 English in just doing a lot of debates. And the English teacher would force you to take a stance on an issue that you didn't agree with, so you could learn how to steelman an argument and see it from a different perspective, which in turn also makes you a better person, a better arguer or a better debater, because you can counter the points a lot easier if you understand what they're going to say, type thing. So when it comes to working with big projects, I believe that's helped me a lot, because people in the trades are very stubborn, extremely stubborn. Thank you so much for the sip of Eska once again, Kitty Cat. Twitch hype emotes for starting hype. Oh, okay, gotcha. They're the hype train emotes. Well, thank you for the hype train, Kitty Cat. I have to pick up heavy things and put them down now. See you, Stringer. I'm gonna be heading out too. Thank you so much for coming by. That's why I've been sharing the love, especially for viewers that are consistently here. Yeah, well, again, I'm super grateful for your generosity, Kitty Cats. And I will tell you this, chat, like all the ad revenue so far and the subs, I've put it all back into the hardware to make the streams and everything better. So I like for I try to make the streams, obviously it's more about the gameplay than anything else, but I've done things, obviously they benefit me too, so I don't want to make it sound like it's been 100% for the stream. Like obviously buying a new CPU and GPU benefits me as well, but I do put it back into this project because I want to provide the best possible content for you guys, and also it helps me out as well doing this as a hobby. So if I can speed up how my workflow, for instance, it helps me out in that way too. So I really appreciate your support, and so far every penny, I mean, has gone back into it. So thank you so much. I'm good at debating. I'm a master debater now. I'm heading out to bed after this 4 a.m. Holy smokes, it's 4 a.m. where you are. Thank you so much, like and subscribe, for being here tonight. I enjoyed your company tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Tossing Frog says this is playthrough and educational. Thank you so much for your support as well. And again, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub earlier, Tossing Frogs. Super grateful for your support as well. If anyone else would like to throw some Twitch Prime subs, by all means. Let's see. Apparently some motherboards have multiple CPUs. I did not know that. Very interested to how else would cope with that. I mean, do you need one though? Like if you're buying that type of motherboard, I assume your workload is big enough that you would be looking at a Threadripper, right? Like what's the point of having, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not knowledgeable in this field enough, but if you're spending that kind of money, why not just go for a Threadripper at that point, right? I mean, I don't know. Again, maybe it's better to have a lot of like two small CPUs that are more consumer friendly, because it would be cheaper, I would assume, to have that kind of motherboard, but I don't know anything about that. So anyways, that's my thought on that. So anyways, chat, I'll be back on Friday with more Ani, and then Sunday we'll play Factorio. All right. Um, Tigana says, I heard somebody made a motherboard that had separate slots for DDR4 and 5 to help bridge some upgrades between old and new. That's kind of interesting. I mean, I wonder how that would work, because memory has to be memory has to be paired together very specifically, right? Otherwise it can create problems. So I suppose I mean, again, I don't know what I'm talking about at like a software scale, but as far as, like the memory slots, they're very particular, matching the memory is very particular, things like that. So that's an interesting concept. I wonder if that would work in practice for more than a niche scenario. Good night, Chewy. Thank you so much for being here as well. Super grateful for your support as well, for being here. Thank you so much. Kevin says, you guys missed out on this knowledge. All current CPUs cause the OSs to support multiple CPU motherboards because they are multiple CPUs themselves. This is how performance scaling started. Okay, that's a great enlightenment, Kevin. I had no idea about that. So that is pretty cool. I mean, I suppose that makes sense because you have multiple cores and multiple threads. It's essentially the same thing as just putting multiple CPUs together, right? Am I understanding that correctly? I think the idea was you could use your DDR4 until you could afford... I see. Probably not both at once. I got you. Okay, I got you. Well, that makes sense too, and that's a very consumer-friendly thing that people should do, I think. I suppose the counter argument would be, well, what would be the point of spending more on a motherboard that can take both versus just spending that money that you would have spent on that motherboard and just buying the DDR5. I guess it would depend on how much everything costs in your area, right? Again, I don't know anything about that. I'm just sort of trying to tackle it from a different perspective. But okay, that's gonna be end of the gameplay for tonight, chat. And we're gonna be gotta sit up. I play with my legs up and lean back, so whenever it's time to get up, it's always like this task. Core equals CPU. Thread is CPU core being able to better juggle tasks. All right, so that's a breakdown of how that works. Okay, yeah, I don't know too much about all that stuff. All I know is big numbers equals better. So, okay, I got the biggest reasonably priced one that I could get. So the streams would work a lot better. Why is Eska Skip out of stock scan? Kitty Cat's just redeemed one 6 minutes ago. So it's every 10 minutes you can redeem one. But Charlie, since you're here all the time as well, I will take a free Eska sip just for you as I'm heading out. So thank you so much, Charlie. There was one stream like a month ago, maybe not a month ago, maybe a little bit less, where Kitty Cats and I think it was Crimson Riots and maybe somebody else were teaming up, and I think I went through 2.5 Eskas that night. Every 10 minutes, somebody was on the ball to redeem an Eska sip on the Twitch side. And I don't know if I had to go to the bathroom, but I know at the end of the stream, I had to go. Yeah, I kind of remember that now. Keep him hydrated. Well, to be honest, like, the hydration really helped. Dark Frost helped. That's right, it was Dark Frost. The hydration helps because when I talk a lot, my mouth gets really dry. And, obviously, that's why I have the Eska here. And the Eska's just sort of become a meme in the channel, because when I first started streaming, I kept saying they should sponsor me for showing Eska to Jaws. Jaws, hi everyone, let's start the stream. Jaws, unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the stream is actually over. So I love it though. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. You are awesome. You are awesome, Jaws. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm gonna get going, chat. I'm sorry. I wish I could have stayed later. It was a lot of fun though today's stream. Like I said, yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Josh. It was a lot of fun though. I had a great time chatting with you guys. Yeah, I'll be back Friday. Please hit the like on your way out. Please follow if you haven't already on Twitch. You know, the usual stuff. And yeah, see you Friday night, 8 p.m., maybe 8:30 p.m. Eastern for more Ani. And don't forget, chat. If you are interested, we're going to be doing a Lord of the Rings watch party in Discord in about 2 or 3 weeks. I don't have an exact date yet, but I'll figure it out. I promised the chat I would watch it with you guys, and I've never seen Lord of the Rings, so I'll watch the first one. And we'll be doing a lot more streaming. I'm going to be off for a bit, so taking a summer vacation, and we'll be on for quite a bit. All right, so see you Friday, everybody. And again, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tossing Frogs for the Prime. Thank you so much, Kitty Cats, for the 5 gifted members and subscriptions on both Twitch and YouTube. Super, super grateful for all your support, Kitty Cats and Tossing Frogs. And of course, to everybody who left the like, and to all the lurkers who always come by. Thank you to those who lurk. I know there's a lot of people who lurk. Appreciate your support. Thank you for watching the videos. If you haven't seen the videos, I have 2 over-explained videos that just came out this past week. So go check those out. And my next video will be on plastic. All right, Dan, have a good night, Dan. See you, Kevin. Kitty Cat says, have a good night, everyone. Thanks for the stream. You are very welcome. Crimson Right says, bye. Jaws, thank you so much for popping by at the end there. And Charlie, and everyone else who was here. Vibrator, thank you. It was a lot of fun tonight. And have a good rest of your week. Stay safe if it's very hot in your area. And I will see you Friday.